Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another Sunday night YouTuber Hangout. How are you doing? My name is Dee. Tonight I'm going to answer, I can't talk today. Tonight I'm going to answer your YouTuber questions, your creator questions. If you do have a question, look at the pinned comment in the chat or head down to the description. I've got a link that's going to pop open a form. Please drop your question in the form. Before we get started, I want to give a huge, monstrous, long overdue congratulations to Dr. Sten Ekberg, who is in the chat right now. Let me find his chat. There he is. This gentleman right here just reached 1 million YouTube subscribers. 1 million subscribers. So let's start this off with a huge congratulations. Everybody just type in congrats, Dr. Sten, or just congrats, however you want to do this. Drop that in the chat right now because 1 million subscribers, that is huge. That is crazy huge. Dude, I'm so proud of you, man. I know it took you a while to get the ball rolling on that, but you did it. And man, just monster success, man. I can't wait to see where you take your channel in the future. Huge congrats. How's everybody else doing? How's everybody else doing who does not have 1 million subscribers? Hey, Neil, how you doing? Sweeney Dunstan, how you doing? Doug Houston, how you doing, sir? Little Crafty Nook, how you doing? Pixel P in here. Gang's all here. So look, I posted this a while ago. The questions are already piling up. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to dive right into this, get through as many questions as possible. But before I do, I want to say happy Mother's Day to all of you mothers out there, especially those of you who do celebrate Mother's Day. I mean, I think in the US, maybe Canada, I don't know. I know Australia and Asia already had Mother's Day, but if you're on the other side of the world, happy Mother's Day to you. All right, first question comes from Wade Lemons. Wade says, and this is a big ask, he says, can you please get me to 10,000 subscribers so I can get the YouTube story for me, please? I would really appreciate it. Well, Wade, because I'm in a good mood today, here's what I'm going to do for you. Ready? Wade, you ready? You want 10,000 subscribers? Here you go. All right. Check your YouTube account. You probably have 10,000 subscribers now. Congratulations. All right. Maybe Dr. Sten can give you a few million subscribers while he's at it. Okay, little Crafty Nook asking this question. She says, I'm building a nice little community, and I know I'm getting traffic from browse, but my views are less than 40 a day per video. I have a couple of good series that my viewers enjoy. I'm averaging 3 subscribers per video. I'm not unhappy with it, but I would like to see some stronger growth. Okay, so the way I understand it is you're growing slow, but you're only getting about 40 per day on the video. You're growing a nice little community. So here's what you need to think about, little Crafty Nook. And man, I wish, so we had a members live stream about 2 hours ago. For those of you who are channel members, if you're a channel member, we're now doing weekly members live streams about 2 hours before we do this live stream. So here's what I want you to do, little Crafty Nook. Come into next Sunday's live stream. Right? This is going to be a regular thing. Come into next Sunday's live stream, come in there and let me open up your channel and let me dig into it and try to find out what we can do to try to get you some more views. Right? So I'm not doing channel reviews during this live stream, but during the members live stream, that's exactly what it's for. And you are a channel member. So be there next Sunday a little bit earlier. Ask me the same question and I will definitely pull your channel up there. Next question comes from LG Games Caleb, who says, my channel isn't getting very many subscribers and I don't know why. I've been looking at popular topics and the difference, and no difference has occurred. And you're doing tutorials and gaming. So I'm not going to pull your channel up here, but I'm just going to have a quick peek at your channel. So here's the thing. You have to understand that as a gaming channel, competition is fierce. It might be one of the fiercest markets, fiercest niches on the entire platform. You're competing with millions of other people who are doing the exact same thing that you are. The thumbnails look the same, the topics are the same. So here's what you have to do. First and foremost, you have not been publishing regularly. All right. So I'm just looking at your video. You have 4 videos within the past 3 weeks. And then beyond that, you haven't published for 9 months. So that's the first thing. You have no consistency. The second thing, you just got to figure out something new to bring to the table. It could be your amazing personality. It could be that you have a new way to approach the game, or you're teaching people how to play the game, or it could be that you just dominate the game. But I can tell you this applies to every single gamer out there. If you are doing the same thing that all the other gamers are doing, you're not going to make it. I hate to tell you that, but you have to find a way to stand out. There are too many gamers doing the exact same thing, and you have to find a way to stand out. If you don't do that, you're not going to make enough. All you want to do is play the game. There's nothing wrong with that. Do whatever you want to do. But if your goal is to grow your YouTube channel, you have to find a way to stand out. And you need to be consistent. Oh, look at this. We got some new channel members. Millis Construction.
Welcome to the Nimminati.
Welcome to the Nimminati. And I'm going to give another one right here. Cosmic W, I believe, welcome back.
Welcome to the Nimminati.
That's a little Nimminati thing that we play every time. So for those of you who are new when this stream is over, head over to the community feed on my channel here, and I'm going to post a link to a private Facebook group where you can ask questions about YouTube. You can post your audience retention or get advice, anything like that. And we do regular Sunday live streams now. We didn't do that in the past, but now that I'm I'm on the road. I've been in Mexico for the past year since the world shut down, and now I'm in a more stable place. So we're doing a weekly member live stream. So welcome. I thank you. All right, moving over to, we're talking about gamers. You got to find a way to be different. You got to find a way to stand out. If you're doing everything else, you're going to get lost. And you're talking about you're not growing. It's because you haven't been consistent and you haven't found a way to stand out. Your thumbnails look good, but they look just like every other gamer out there doing the exact same thing. So think about a way that you can be different. And look, and it's not easy, right? You got to really think this through. Not easy, but it can be done. Consistency, man. You haven't uploaded in 9 months until 3 weeks ago. Like that hurt you more than anything. Even if you are doing something different, the fact that you haven't uploaded in 9 months until previously, like that really gave your channel a beating. So try to stay consistent. Yard Sales and Dreams asks the next question, who says, I've heard people say to loop all of your videos together can help make your channel. Is that achieved by making sure each video has an end screen or making one huge playlist or another? Thanks for taking my question. Okay, that's a fantastic question. And here's what we mean by that. Oh, we have another channel member. Getting it done north of 7.
Welcome to the Nimminati.
Welcome to the Nimminati. I hope you just heard the same thing that I just talked about when the stream is over. Check the community feed, links to the private Facebook group. You're doing member live streams now every Sunday where I can do YouTube channel reviews and figure out ways that can help you get more views and get more subscribers. Okay, so to answer your question, where did it go? Okay, looping all your videos together. The way you want to think of this is you want to create a binge-worthy session for the viewer. Okay, so when we say link your videos together, yes, we mean taking advantage of your card, taking advantage of your end screen, taking advantage of the pinned comment, right? You can pin your own comment and link out to another video. Taking advantage of linking out to videos in your own description. So YouTube gives us these tools that allow us to link out to other videos. So here's what you want to do. Whatever video that somebody landed on, link out to in all of those places. Take the card, the end screen, the pinned comment, link in your description, and link them all out to one similar video. Think of it as what would be a part 2 to this video, or what would be a similar topic to this video that the same viewer would be interested in, right? And link all, I know it seems counterintuitive. People say, okay, I want to link all these things to different videos. But what you're doing is you're creating all these different data points for YouTube, and it makes it harder for YouTube to identify the correct audience, right? But if you're taking all of these things and you're pointing them to one location, you're creating one strong data point. And it tells YouTube that people who like this video generally like this video too. And they start looking for groups of people that are like that viewer, and they can recommend that video out to other people. So that's a really strong way. It's kind of like a little growth hack to do it that way. Now, if you have a bigger channel and you want to send things out, that's fine. But when you're smaller and you're trying to build that momentum, this is a great way to do it. Think about creating a binge-worthy session. So somebody watches one video and you get them to watch a second video. Actually, getting them to watch a second video or even a third is really more important than getting them to subscribe. Getting them to subscribe is great, but that doesn't guarantee they're going to come back and watch your videos. It doesn't guarantee that YouTube is going to continue to show them your videos. But when you get them watching multiple pieces of videos, multiple pieces of content, YouTube notices that, and YouTube says, hey, this viewer likes this type of content from this creator. So there's a good chance that the more videos you get them to watch, when that viewer opens up YouTube, guess whose videos are going to be waiting for them? Yours, right? So it's a great idea. Make playlists. Group videos together, create a session for the viewers. So here's part 1, here's part 2, here's part 3, or here's the most logical video that someone might want to watch next. Hope that answers your question. Yes, group your videos together. but do it in a way that makes sense. For example, and I've used this a bunch of times, if I have a title, this is my video title, how to live stream with an iPhone. That's my video title. I know they're there and they're interested in live streaming. I know that they have an iPhone. Okay, so I know there's two things about them. So I might have a second video that says the best live streaming accessories for the iPhone, right? Who wouldn't click that? If you like the original video and you have an iPhone and you're interested in live streaming, now I'm presenting the best live streaming accessories for an iPhone, high probability that they're gonna click on that. And maybe at the end of that one, I might say the best iPhone microphone for live streaming. Whoa, that's exactly what I'm looking for. I wanna know this information too. Click, click, click. That's how you win on YouTube. All right, next question. Comes from Jeff Eatley. Jeff, how you doing, my man? It says, D, my good friend, here's a question for you. Your videos and mine haven't received 1,000 views. What do you think we are doing wrong? People give me compliments on my thumbnails, but that is not translating into views. Your videos and mine, yeah, I got 1,000 views. Always blessing. So here's the thing. When it comes to views, there's so many things that can affect that. 1, when did you upload the video? 2, what are your traffic sources? 3, how popular is your topic? 4, how much competition is there for your topic? 5, how is your thumbnail? 6, how's your, and by the way, these are in order of importance, so I'm just spitballing these. 6, what is your title like? 7, for the people who did watch the video, let's say you get 900 views. For the 900 people who have viewed that video, how long did they watch that video? If 900 people didn't watch that video very long, then YouTube doesn't have a lot of incentive to continue to show that to people, right? So there's variables here. And sometimes like me, you know, like I said, I've been stuck in Mexico for a year now, and I haven't uploaded a lot on my channel, and that actually hurt my channel quite a bit. And I'm also doing some transitioning, and I'm trying to different content that isn't specifically 100% mobile related, and that's gonna take a while to get off the ground. Also, traffic sources matter. If you're getting browse traffic is right now, you're showing up on people's home screens, you're getting traffic right now. If you're doing how-to content, right, you have a utility type channel, you're teaching people how to do things, that's going to be primarily search-based content. You can get some browse. You can definitely get suggested, and suggested traffic is fast too. But if for search-based traffic, that can take months. Like for my own channel, I know if I upload a video, it doesn't matter what the topic is, I'm going to generally get 1,000, sometimes 2,000 videos within the first 24 hours, but at least 1,000 if I do everything right. But what's going to happen is 3 months later, 4 months later, if I've got a good thumbnail, the topic is good, the title is good, and people watch the video at a decent length, I know that a couple months later, that's going to rank really high in search, and then that video is going to start to get 5,000, 10,000, 20,000, and so on and so forth, if I did everything right. If I didn't do everything right, then it's going to peter out at around 4,000 or 5,000 views. So those are the variables. And I think you're doing tutorial content. So if you're doing tutorial content, you're going to be in that same boat there. You're definitely going to get suggested traffic. You might get a little bit of browse when you first upload it, but your real strength for like how-to type content is going to be with search traffic. And that can take a while. And it's also important that you know, and you can get people to watch your videos longer. Next question from Scam Stingers. And by the way, guys, I'm not looking in the chat right now. I will come back to look in the chat right here in a moment. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and do that right now. Hold on. Give me a second. I'm scrolling back here. I think we got a new channel member. Hold on. Pete Johns, how you doing, sir? I'm scrolling through the chat. We got a new channel member. Where did that go? I just scrolled past them. Hold on a second. Abraham Noble, where did your... I want to put you on screen here. Oh, first of all, Coconut Pete.
Super Chat.
Thank you so much, Coconut Pete, for the $5 Super Chat. It says, have a coffee or whatever with this virtual $5 bill. I will exactly do that. I'm a huge coffee drinker. Thank you so much. Let me see. I know we had another channel member come in here. Where did they go? There it is. Abraham Noble. Sorry about the delay there.
Welcome to the Nimminati.
Welcome to the Nimminati. In case you weren't around when the stream is over, check the community feed here on my channel. I'm going to link out to a private Facebook group. I'll answer all your YouTube questions there. I usually check in once a day, and we are now doing regular every Sunday live streams just for channel members before this one happens, where I can do channel reviews and give you some tips and tricks and look at your videos and all that good stuff. So thank you for joining the Nimminati. All right, next question. I'm not looking at the chat again. Scam Stingers says, I haven't uploaded okay, you haven't uploaded in a couple of months. I'll be honest, I'm just all out of ideas. Outside of Google Trending, where else can I get some ideas in order to make something interesting that can translate to some top-notch videos? Thank you for all you do. You'll really appreciate it. Okay, I'm going to look at your channel, and I'm going to give you some video ideas. But first, I'm going to hydrate. And as I hydrate, I do want to say today's show is brought to you by STREAMYARD, the kind folks over at STREAMYARD. They sponsor all my live streams now. Easiest way to get up on live streaming, it's browser-based. It works for all devices, phones, tablets, computers, and you get 20 hours of free streaming per week, so you can use it for free. It's what I'm using to do to stream with right now. It's how I'm putting comments on the screen. If you want to check out StreamYard, I've got a link to them down below in the description. Check them out. Okay, so I'm going to have a look at your channel here, and I want to see what type of content you're making, first and foremost, and then I'm going to give you some video ideas where the next sting is just a scam away. Okay, so I'm not, just heads up, I'm not doing channel reviews. That's not what we're doing in this channel here. Hey, Adam, how you doing? But what I do want to do, I want to pull him up, and I just want to talk about a couple of things here that's really important. Thanks, Doug. Got questions? Check the link in the pinned comment. Right, and I will close this forum soon because obviously I can't be here all night answering questions. It is Mother's Day, and I still need to get a hold of my mom. I tried to get a hold of her before the stream, and she didn't answer. All right, share the screen. Scam Stingers. Okay, now before I pull up the site is called Scam Stingers. Scam Stingers. Now, okay, for those of you who don't know what Scam Stingers are, and I'm thinking it might be a game, what do you think of? What do you think the channel is about when you think about Scam Stingers? It might be the name of a game, and by the looks of it, it might be, but when I hear Scam Stingers, I'm thinking something about scams. But if it's a game, I apologize, I'm totally wrong on that. Okay, Scam Stingers, where the next sting is just a scam away. Is this a game? I don't know. Welcome to Scam Stingers. Help Watchdog subscribers needed. Degeneration Nation. Yeah, I don't. Scam Stingers. Warning, Scam Stingers spoof channel. Breaking news about Scam Stingers. Can somebody tell me what Scam Stingers is? Scam Stingers 2. Is this a game? Yeah, I'm out of the loop on this one. I need to know what this is before I can give you some ideas here. Scam spreading the news. I'm going to look into the chat here. I don't know what this is. What is Scam Stingers? Watching channels about scams? Is that it? Yeah, I don't know what it is. And if they're still in here, Scam Stingers, please tell us what your tell us what your channel's about. I'm looking at the chat here. Hey, Colin Michael, how you doing? It may be confused already. Maybe the same for new subs. Right. Okay, so I'm not even sure if they're in here anymore, so I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this. They're not even in here. But here's the thing. Go to YouTube. Go up to the search bar on YouTube. Right here. Just start typing in things that are relevant to your niche. But I don't know what Scam Stingers is, so that's what I'm going to write in. Scam Stingers. And nobody's actually looking for Scam Stingers. What is it? Idiotism? Scam Stingers? So this one, Scam Stingers, exposing scammers, and all injustices over the world. That's you. Yeah, so look, here, first and foremost, I have no idea what's going on in your channel. You're telling me that you're exposing scammers. You've got like game stuff on here, or at least your imagery, your thumbnails make it look like you're talking about games. So you really need to think about your packaging. You need to think about what it is that you're doing, like where the next sting is just a scam away. Define that, exposing scammers around the world. That makes more sense than where the next scam is just a scam away. But here's what you do. Just go in here, but just type in scam, right? Scam bait, scam bait or scam baiting, scam bait central, scam baiting tools, exposing scammers. Okay, look at this, exposing scammers in Adopt Me, exposing scammers in Rocket League, exposing scammers in Assassin, exposing scammers Fortnite. So just go in here and start typing in words that are relevant to your niche and just look at what people are writing. You can type in like A, then you can type in B, exposing scam block, exposing scam Bitcoin. Go C, go through the whole alphabet, exposing scam callers, exposing scam call centers. D, exposing scam door-to-door, so on and so forth. You can go through the entire library to come up with ideas. These are things that people are actually searching for. They're going to YouTube, they're searching for these things. Those are video ideas. Now, of course, you need to flesh them out a little bit. When you see something people searching for, say, okay, that gives me an idea. Then search for that thing and see if it gives you another idea. Same exact thing works for Google. Exact same thing works for Google. Or are you giving us what help by telling us what we should do? Wait, what? Hold on, I think I missed the first part of that. D is the type of person you would join even if you haven't got a YouTube channel. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. What are you doing? Okay, so here, for those of you who don't know, maybe this was just recommended to you. Maybe you have no idea what I'm doing. So welcome, my name is D. Nimmin. I know a little bit about YouTube, and I'm answering your YouTube questions. If you have questions about your YouTube channel, I'm here to answer them. There's a form linked in the pinned comment in the chat. Same thing is linked down in the description below with links out to other videos that can be helpful to you if you're a YouTuber. So if you're trying to figure out how to grow your channel, how to get views, how to get subscribers, how to build a community, how to improve your watch time, how to do any of this stuff, that's what I'm here doing today. I'm helping you with that. 30-day reviews. How's it going, Justin? Nice to see you in here. Okay. Yeah, but if you're not a YouTuber and you just want to hang out, we got an awesome community here of people, so you can just hang out. We can also talk about stuff that's not YouTube as well. We can talk about anything because that's how we roll. All right, next question. Wait, did I finish that one? Yes. Okay, next question comes from Cosmic W. It says, I've tried making 2 shorts for the first time, and one of them got over 1,000 views. Awesome, I love to hear that. And that's a lot. And the other one got 500 views, and they both did better. They both did better than most of my videos. But when I make a regular video, again, the view count is very little. It doesn't mean that I have to stick with making shorts from now on to keep getting more views. So basically, you're saying your longer videos are not getting views. Your shorts are getting views. You're asking, should you continue to do shorts or not? I would say keep making your normal videos and at the same time continue to make shorts. However, make sure that the shorts that you're making are similar to the videos that you're making on your channel, because if somebody finds your shorts and they head over to your channel because they're interested in finding more of your videos and you're doing something completely different, then that's not going to work. As always, on any platform, lean into what's working. So if you're making shorts and they're working, continue to upload shorts until it no longer works. You will get some trickle over viewers over to your main videos, but at the same time, upload normal videos as well. Maybe upload less videos right now and upload more shorts. That's what I would do. And if you're finding that you are having success with shorts, take those same short videos and put them on all the other social media platforms. Put them on Instagram Reels, put them on TikTok, put them on Likey, put them on Byte, put them on Dubsmash. There's all of these amazing apps where you might be able to build huge communities over there. I've used Patty Broussard as an example before. A lot of you in the chat right now, you know Patty Broussard, amazing creator. She's an amazing musician. She was stumbling out of the gate over on YouTube, and then she went over to TikTok, and she started making videos on TikTok. I don't know if she's hit 500,000 followers on TikTok yet, but it's really close, 400-something thousand followers on TikTok. And then in return, right, she can post her YouTube link in the TikTok profile. She's been able to send a lot of those TikTok followers over to YouTube, where she's then been able to kickstart her channel and grow that way. So if you're finding that you're kind of stumbling around on YouTube, there's more than one way to skin a cat, and that's just the worst thing you could possibly say. But there's more than one way that you could do this, right? Put your content everywhere. You might find that YouTube is struggling right now, but you might upload on Dubsmash and blow up. You might go viral on TikTok. You might go viral on Byte or on Instagram Reels and just blow up there and be able to send those people back to YouTube, while at the same time building entirely new communities on those platforms as well. Nate says, interesting. Is there a way to make content that can be placed on each platform? Yeah, so the thing is here, and by the way, okay, I see some super chats coming in. I'm going to get to those in just a second. So Nate, the thing is, and there's a bunch of different platforms, but let's talk about the ones that are really popular right now for mobile, right? Everybody has TikTok. Everyone has, well, TikTok is the biggest one, but here's some other ones. Byte. BYTE, Dub Smash, Likey, Instagram Reels, TikTok, and YouTube Shorts. The thing is, all of these are short form content. They're all filmed vertically. Most of them are under 60 seconds in length. So everyone has access to YouTube Shorts now. I've got 2 videos on this. I've got a live stream on it. Daniel Battelle and I did an hour-long stream on the TUBEBUDDY channel about this. So Google that and figure out, how to do shorts. But if you're making a YouTube short, right, you're already doing the vertical content. It's already 60 seconds or less. There's no reason to not put that same short on all of these other platforms, because you could build communities on all of these other platforms. Like, YouTube might not be the best platform for you right now. You might blow up somewhere else and be able to drive those people over, or you could end up being a huge success on TikTok or a huge success on Byte or Likey. You just never know. You've got the content, put it out there. All right, I got to get to some of these super chats. What do we got here? Pixelpia says, time to lurk and get sis in bed.
Super chat.
Pixelpia, thank you for the super chat. Time for you to lurk. Much appreciated. I should have played your official song, but I hit the wrong button here. Okay, Matt.
Super chat.
Matt says, D, you rock, man. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thanks for all you do for us mobile content creators. Looking forward to more YouTube educational videos. Thank you so much for your kindness. Thanks for the super chat. Yeah, so what I'm doing on the channel, just to let you guys know, I'm going to be introducing, and I'll tell you why I'm going to introduce this. So previously, everything has been, mobile-based, right? Even if it's a YouTube video, I try to wrap it around something to do with mobile. Well, what's happening is, and I've mentioned this before, but I know not everybody's heard this yet because they could be getting questions about it. A lot of you are buying your first camera. A lot of you say, hey, I'm buying my first computer. What do I do? So what I'm going to start doing is I'm going to start, and this is happening very soon, I'm going to start dripping in some other, I'm going to continue to do mobile stuff, but I'm going to start dripping in videos that will help you make the transition from a phone to a camera, or from a phone to a computer, or a phone to a laptop, or to a computer, that sort of thing. So you're going to start getting a mix of content that can help you transition or just help you stay as a mobile creator, whatever you want to do. I'm trying to take care of everyone instead of just only helping mobile creators, because there's so many of you who are purchasing new gear and you're transitioning out. I want to be able to continue to serve you. All right, let's see, what did I get here? TikTok like shave equipment. Are you doing well over there? That's awesome, man. TikTok hasn't shown me your stuff in quite some time. Hope you're doing well over there. We got another one.
Super chat.
History Explained, thank you for the super chat. Says, what do you think determines the order of channels under the channel tab? Some channels are always on top of lists, like ContraPoint. On the channels tab, are you talking about like on your actual homepage itself, where there will be like a list of channels? Is that what you're talking about? Can you clarify this for me? Because I don't want to give you the wrong answer here. If you're talking about how the channels appear on your own homepage or other people's homepage, you can actually control that yourself. Let me log into my account here inside of YouTube Studio, and I'll show you how to do this. And if you're doing this on a mobile device, I like to use Chrome. I like to use the Chrome browser, put it in desktop mode, request desktop. And let me share my screen here. And I think this is what you're talking about. Correct me if I'm wrong. And Doug, if you can kind of keep an eye out for the response here so I don't miss it. So if you go into channel customization, right down here at the bottom, mine are always down here at the bottom for the featured creators. And if I remember right, I can edit the section content, right? And I can drag and drop these things to make them show in any order that I want, right? So I can make these show up. I've got 11 people listed here. I can make them show up in any order once I come into customization. Now, if you're wondering how you get to customization, just go to your channel page and click on Customize Channel right here. And then that's going to take you in there. This is where you can organize the playlist that you can create. You can adjust the channels, what order they show in. You can put them at the top. You can put them at the bottom. But here's something to consider when you're putting them anywhere on your homepage. If you put them at the top, you're giving people opportunity to leave your channel. So somebody stumbles across your channel page, they watch a video, and then they go, I wonder what else they got going on their channel. They click on your name, they go to your homepage to see what's going on, and you've got all these other channels. There's a good chance that they're going to click away to go check out one of those other channels. What you want to do is, if you want to put the channels on there, put them down at the bottom. What you want to do is focus people on watching more of your videos. So put some of your, right, you can organize your playlist there. So put some of your best performing content up there at the top, put it in playlists so they can binge watch one video to the next video. So when somebody checks your channel out, oh yeah, they can find content that they're looking for, and they can go off and binge watch your content. The goal really isn't to send them off of your channel. The goal is to get them to watch more content. I hope that answers your question. Doug's going to keep an eye out for your response there, because the chat gets moving and it's hard for me to read. Paul Peg Drywall, how you doing, sir? So I've got this new mouse. I've got the Logitech MX Master 3. And you guys have this. This thing is amazing, but the wheel, I just started using it. The wheel feature is like spins 1,000,000 miles an hour, and it's hard for me to control spinning through the chat right now. Yeah, see, this is exactly what I'm talking about. Just bought the M50, right? So many people are going from mobile devices, trying to purchase their first camera or getting their computer, and like, what do I do next? And that's the direction I want to take my channel. I want to walk you through the entire process. I want to be able to help you, serve you wherever you're at on your journey. Costume Co. Oh yeah, bring that in slow.
Super chat.
How about that? Can we get some funk for Dr. Sin hitting 1 million subs? Oh, that one feels good. Dr. Sten Funk for you. He is a wonderful member of the community. Oh, that's greasy. I love that. Don't mind me if I let this play in the background for a little bit. Nimmin, you can change the wheel from the... Oh, yeah, I can change the wheel. I just haven't done it yet. I just downloaded the Logitech software to do that today. I just haven't messed with it yet. You have the MX3. Yeah, this thing's amazing. Super precision. That's even a thing to say. All right. Oh, Gulf Coast Granny. Hold on here. I think I missed yours. Gulf Coast Granny. I'm just going to leave this one playing here for a little bit. Did you find any blues tunes? If not, funk will be excellent too.
Super chat.
Just let that one play twice there. I haven't put together a blues playlist yet, but I'm working on it. Like, no joke, if I could walk into a room and have this play when I walk in, I would totally do that. Like, everywhere I go. Oh, man, okay. I'm a child of the 70s. What can I say? Okay, next question. Next question comes from Uncooked Fishing. Is that right? Uncooked Fishing? That just sounds dangerous. Yeah, Uncooked Fishing. I believe that's called sushi. Hey, D, I've had my channel for a month and I have over 1,200 views, but only 30 subscribers. How can I get more subscribers? Okay, so the subscriber view thing, of course, everybody wants more subscribers because you want to do things like you want to unlock your custom URL, you want to get stories, you want to get all of that stuff. So here's what you do. Let me look at your channel really quick here. Wow, so you've only been uploading for 3 weeks and you've already got 30 subscribers, 3 weeks. So here's the thing. You have one video that has 277 views 5 days ago. It's 24 minutes long. It's amazing results from our new bait, okay? You know, I'm not wanting to get into channel reviews today, but I want to pull this up as an example. So if you've got a new channel and you're trying to figure out, like, what do I do and how do I get, okay, here's what's happening. So Uncooked Fishing, and I'm not getting into the full channel review. I just want to point something out here. This is what you do. 3 weeks you've been on YouTube. Congratulations for getting on YouTube. You actually did the hardest thing, was create your channel. But here's what I want everybody to look at. Okay, so you've got 2 videos, right? One of them is 277 and one of them is 600 videos. The rest of these, 96, 81, 98, right? Those didn't connect, okay? What I want you guys to learn how to do is I want you to learn how to notice patterns. So you're uploading, and I'm just going to go through these here. And this works for everyone in here. I don't care what's going on with your channel. Learning how to identify patterns is very important. So you uploaded a video, catfish session using sausage. You used bait. You were using sausage as bait. You got 600 views. First video, that's fantastic. Then you upload a video that says the budget bag full of goodies. What does that even mean, right? It didn't connect, 98 views. Okay, the second one, how to make mushroom bread. Didn't connect, right? And as far as I know, neither one of those have anything to do with fishing, or at least the way you packaged it, it's not telling me that it has anything to do with fishing, specifically uncooked fishing. But then look what happens again. Amazing results from our new bait. Okay, so this is what it tells me. This video here and this video here are both blowing your other videos out of the water, pardon the pun there, and they're both about bait. And they're both about catfish. This one is about catfish session, and this one has a hashtag catfish. Those two videos completely just blow these other ones out of the water. Then you've got this one, the polymer knot, okay? Fruity fish, okay? These aren't working. What is working, you're talking about bait and you're talking about catfish. So here's what you want to do. You want to lean into making more videos about catfish and making more videos about bait. You want to see, right? Because you had two videos that were just standout videos on this. They really took off. You want to see if making videos about catfish or making videos about bait and catfish or just making videos about bait, right? You want to test all three of those out. Is it catfish? Is it bait that catches catfish? Or is it just a bait? Which one of those is your audience most interested in? So starting on your next video, your next 6 or 7 videos should be either about bait or bait used to catch catfish or about catfish. And then see if you can replicate that kind of success. Now, here's what I want you to do. Here's what I want you to do. I stopped sharing your channel. Hold on here. Where did it go again? There it is. Here's what I want you to do. And I'm going to share my screen once again. And by the way, what I'm talking about here applies to everyone. When you identify these patterns, you lean into these things hard. So now what I want you to do is once you make those next videos, I want you to go to your top videos here, these top 2 videos, catfish session, right? Here's what I want you to do. I want you to write a pinned comment linking out to another one of your catfish videos, right? So you've got this one, catfish session using sausage. What I want you to do on this video, write your own comment. Go look at what I'm doing on my channel, right? Look at how I write pinned comments. And I can go, you know what, I'll show you that in a second. You want to write your own pinned comment here, linking out to your new catfish video. And in your other catfish video, you want to do the exact same thing. Pinned comment linking out to your new catfish video, right? You've got your card here, right? I can see you have a card. Change that card linking out to your new catfish video. You've got an end screen on this, hopefully. Let me see what you've got at the very end of this. What do we got? Okay, you've got these, right? This is going to link out to one catfish video. Pick your newest catfish video, right? So take your card, take your end screen video, take your pinned comment, and I want you to write in your description so it shows up here before show more, link out to the same video. So you've got card, end screen, link in the description above above show more, and you've got your pinned comment all linking out to another catfish video. Link it out to your first one. That second video, link it out to a new catfish video. When you've got your new catfish video, link it back to this one, the most popular catfish video. So what you're doing is you're creating a web for people who are interested in catfish and baiting catfish, right? You're creating a binge-worthy session so people can watch one video, then they go watch the next video, and then create a playlist about how to catch catfish or the best bait for catfish, right? You'll have to experiment to find the right titles there. That's what you do. You keep focusing on that stuff. You keep learning, you keep leaning into the things that are actually working on your channel, and you're going to see those views shoot up. You're going to see those subscribers shoot up, right? It's about identifying patterns and figuring out what your audience responds to. Stop making the stuff that's not getting views. Stop making those. Lean into the stuff that's working. Hey, Tim, how you doing, man? Nice to see you in here. I remember catfish. I remember catfish late night. Yep. Catfish fishing. All right, let's see here. That's a lot of catfish. Yep. That's how we roll, man. We're all about the catfish here. All right. Next question. Next question is from Packer Dude, Isamo 9000. Question is, how can I get my channel noticed without having to spend money or risking sub for sub? As I've read, it is against YouTube's policies, and I've also heard, yeah, so here's the thing. You never want to do sub for sub. Sub for subs against YouTube policies. It also hurts your channel. If you're doing sub for sub, you're killing your videos, you're killing your channel, because those are empty subs. They're not interested in your content, and YouTube sees that. Those are negative signals that go out to YouTube. You're not gonna build an actual community of people who come back to watch your videos by doing sub for sub. Avoid it. Don't do it. You're killing your channel. It's also against YouTube's policies. You don't want to do that. You get your channel noticed by making videos, right? You're making videos that people want to watch. And I'm not going to pull your channel up, but I am going to have a peek here privately to see what's going on with your channel, just to see what you're doing. And you linked out to a channel that doesn't exist. So that's unfortunate, because I would have loved to be able to give you some advice there. But here's the thing. You need to identify who you want to make content for. You have to know your audience, right? Everybody in here right now, there's 91 people in here. Can you tell me who your audience is? Right? I can tell you right now, my audience, and I'm going to add some more to this because I'm making the channel pivot here. My audience is content creators who want to succeed on YouTube. Right? That's not my value proposition. That's just, I just wing that. That's who my audience is. I'm looking for people who want to grow and succeed on YouTube, be that through video or through live streaming. That's the audience that I want to reach. That's Costume Co's trying to reach nerds, right? Anglers. All right, you have to know who you're making videos for. Once you know who you're making videos for, once you know who your audience is, then you have to think through what's their pain points? What are their hurdles? What can I help them with? What are they interested in? What do they want to talk about? How can I entertain them, right? Who's the audience? And then how can I make content for them? And then you start making content for them. See, nerds who love costumes. Absolutely, I love that. Sheet metal tradesman. Exactly. You know who your audience is. That's who you make videos for. So to answer your question, like, how do you grow? How do you get noticed? You get noticed by uploading consistently for a particular audience. And you linked the wrong channel, so I can't pull you up. Unfortunately, it just says the channel doesn't exist. I don't know how long you've been on the platform. I don't know anything about your channel, but you need to upload consistently. And if you've only got, 15 or 20 videos up, don't even worry about that. Go make 50 videos, make 75 videos, go make 100 videos. It takes a while to get noticed on the platform. For some people, it takes longer than others, depending on the type of content that you make, depending on how well you can communicate in front of the camera and on all of that, right? We all bring different skills to the table. So this might take you longer than it takes somebody else. So find your audience, learn how to serve them, even if that means it's just making them laugh. Know who your audience is, learn how to serve them, and do it consistently. That's how you get noticed. And just understand it's going to take a while. And do not do sub for sub. I don't care what anybody else tells you. If you take nothing away from this live stream, do not do sub for sub. You're killing your channel when you do that. And I can go into details of why. Like, if you guys don't know why sub for sub doesn't hurt your channel, let me know in the chat and I can go into that. But if you've been hanging out for my channel, in my channel for quite some time, you probably know. Next question from Filmy Spoof. He says, what do you think are the best mid-range professional cameras to buy? See, here's the pivot. And what premium professional cameras do you think are good to buy to provide quality content to a respected YouTube channel? Hopefully we can Hopefully we can dissect this on your live stream. So Filmy Spoof, what are you making on your channel? You're talking about mid-range. Let me see what you're doing here. I'm trying to figure out what type of content that you're making. And what I don't know is I don't know if you're trying to transition from a mobile phone over to a camera. If you're trying to make that transition, geeks be geeks, nerds be nerd. If you're trying to make the transition from a phone to a camera, I'm going to recommend two cameras to get started. One of them would be the M50. I'm going to write them both here. Hold on here. M50 and ZV1. Those are probably my recommendation for people who are making the transition from a mobile device to a camera. I'm gonna, if you had to pick one of those, I would say the Sony ZV-1. That's what I'm using right now, and I can't reach it. So the Sony ZV-1, the lens is included. It has a flip out screen on it. You can connect a microphone. It's got little batteries on it. You can live stream with it. Of course, you got to get some adapters and stuff if you're going to live stream. But it is a really simple camera to use if you're trying to step into, going from a mobile phone to a camera. I bought two ZV-1s, right? I've got tons of phones. I've got DSLRs. But I actually really like this, the Sony ZV-1. It's compact, it fits in your pocket. I don't have to worry about lenses. And I think it's a great starting point for people who are wanting to step into their first camera. Because before you buy the camera, you don't know what you want yet. You don't know, like for example, if you're like, okay, I'm gonna go buy a DSLR. Okay, well, what lens are you gonna use? Right? All sorts of lens options. And then you buy just the body of the camera, and those are expensive. And now you got to buy a couple of lenses. And then once you buy the lenses, you're committed to that brand, because if you got a Sony camera, you need to buy Sony lenses, right? So now you're committed to that. And that's just a lot of money that you're going to have to spend when you don't even know what you're going to shoot yet. But you get something like the ZV-1, it's pretty much point and shoot, right? It's very easy. It can do all the videos that, well, not all, some of them are shot on my phone. So in the past year, every one of my videos were either shot on an iPhone 11 or the Sony ZV-1. I am live streaming now on the Sony ZV-1. So that's what I recommend. Once all the lenses, Abraham says, all the lenses, right? You get all the lenses. Once you understand what you need as a creator, right? You're like, hey, the ZV-1 or the M50, that works great. Okay, then maybe that's all you ever need. But you're like, okay, well, now I understand what I need. And now I understand the differences between focal lengths and how this stuff works. So maybe next year or 2 years from now, maybe I'll get into DSLRs because I understand better what I need as a creator with different lenses and so on and so forth. Urban Explorer says the Hero 9, the GoPro Hero 9, says I changed to the Hero 9 from the N50 because the autofocus for moving style content it made was awful. Interesting. Yeah, I know a lot of people like the GoPro. I've had terrible experiences with GoPro. I know a lot of people who have great experiences. Every GoPro I've ever owned ended up being a lemon. There was something wrong with every single one of them. So I'm not going to purchase anymore. I would probably go with DJI or something if I've got another action camera. I haven't had any problems with focal issues with the Sony ZV-1 though. But that's me. You do you. Nimmin, you just answered my question about the camera. Thank you. I have been wanting to point and shoot it. Is it my phone? Yep. The Sony ZV-1. I'm typing in the chat right now. ZV-1. Hey, Savvy Turtle, how you doing? Great background. Yeah, dude, I'm in an Airbnb. All the walls in this Airbnb are just white. They're all just white, and they've all got pictures hanging everywhere. So I'm just, you know what? I'm actually in a corner. I don't know if you can see that or not, but this is a corner. I'm sitting in a corner. This is the only place without pictures on the wall. Got a little light behind me. That's it. Thanks, Abby. So I purchased one. So I've got two of them. I purchased one from B&H Photo, and I purchased one from Amazon. Keep in mind, the batteries don't last long. And if you're going to live stream with it, you can get about 2.5 to 3 hours on the battery for live streaming. So if you're just on like 30 minutes or an hour live streaming, you're fine. Let's see. Okay, next question. By the way, Filmy Spoof, hope that answered your question. If you haven't made the step yet, I would start with one of those cameras because you don't know what lenses you need yet. And there's like lenses, that's a whole another conversation. What are you shooting? What's your budget? Do you want a Canon? Do you want a Sony? That's a huge conversation, and it can get really expensive. Next question comes from Getting It Done North of 7. It says, I have a video that's doing really well. It's 9 months old and has 191,000 views on it. I love that, with 3,000 views in the last 48 hours. Congratulations. The click-through rate on it is about 2.4%. I like to try another thumbnail, but I'm wondering, would that hurt the performance of the video? Would it be wise to try another thumbnail? Okay, so here's something to keep in mind about thumbnails. Let me hydrate again. And thanks StreamYard once again for sponsoring today's stream. You'll find that when you have videos that get a lot of views or a lot of impressions, you're going to notice that the click-through rate actually goes down. So when this video was published, maybe when you had 1,000 views on it, your click-through rate was probably a lot higher. You've got almost 200,000 views on it. That means YouTube, and you're getting 3,000 views in the last 48 hours. So here's what's happening with your video right now. YouTube is putting your video in front of a lot of different groups of viewers that they think will like your video. Now, a lot of this is based on the viewers' watch history, what type of content they've searched for, what they've engaged with, so on and so forth. And it's an algorithm, and sometimes they get that wrong. Sometimes they think that a particular group is going to like this video because a group like theirs, a similar group like this video, right? So somebody who likes your channel, they watch that video, a group of people like this particular video, and YouTube says, okay, well, there's another group of people who have something similar, right? This group likes this video. This group likes another channel that this group likes. So maybe they'll serve your video to this group and they don't like your video and they don't click on that video. So that's going to hurt your actual click-through rate, right? So YouTube is testing your video out right now, and that's driving your click-through rate down. The more views you get, the more impressions you get, it's perfectly normal to have a lower click-through rate, and that's fine. Now, if you change the thumbnail, could that hurt or improve your video? And the answer is yes. It could go either way. If you put a thumbnail out there that is worse than the one you have now, it could kill your video. That could be the end of it, right? Boom, down. People stop clicking on it. Or the opposite could happen, right? You could go from 2.4% to 5%, and you could go from 191,000 views to 300,000 views like that because this thumbnail performs a lot better. So it's a calculated risk. I will say this, if you are going to change the thumbnail, look at the click-through rate in real time on YouTube and watch it for a couple of hours to see what happens. If you notice when you change it that the trend starts to go down, change it back immediately, right? Don't just put it up and forget about it and check it back tomorrow. Watch it in real time. Go to the video, go look at the click-through rate. It gives you real-time analytics every so often. And if you're noticing that it turns down, you need to change that thumbnail immediately because that could definitely hurt your video. But on the flip side, if it goes up, it goes up. All right, next question comes from Architectural Sheet Metal 101. How many videos did it take you to really find your groove? That's a great question. I didn't find my groove. I didn't find my groove until around 100 videos, right? Like I knew the type of content that I wanted to make. But when I say find my groove, I mean like, I don't really, okay, like when I started my channel, I knew that I was going to focus on mobile content creators, right? If you wanted to do YouTube or live stream on a mobile device, I got you covered. So I knew who my audience was starting out. When I say I found my groove, that means it felt to me like everything came together. It means like I had a better understanding of my audience. It means that I felt really confident in front of the camera. It means that I have a really good understanding of what my audience will click on in terms of thumbnails, how to get a good click-through rate, how to edit my videos better to keep them watching longer. It feels like it took me 100 videos to really understand my channel and what was happening on it. Don't get me wrong, I still make mistakes. Sometimes I think something's going to work and it doesn't work. That's the nature of the beast. You know, they're not all winners. But for the most part, I have a pretty good idea of how things are going to work. And I understand the traffic sources on my channel and the ebbs and flows. I know I can make a particular type of video and I know it's not going to do well out of the gate, but I know 3 or 4 months from now, it's going to do incredibly well once it gets picked up in search traffic. So you know, that sort of thing. It took me about 100 videos. So just keep going. If you feel like you haven't found your groove yet, just keep going. Like through trial and error, through repetition, through being consistent, you're going to fall into your groove. Just took me about 100 videos. Next question is from Mike Makanish. How you doing, man? Says, have you had any legal problems downloading app icons for videos and thumbnails from the App Store? That's a great question. So of all the videos that I've made, I have not had any issues using the app logo to make videos for that app. I can't even, man, if somebody did that to you, send me a DM and let me know who that was because they deserve to be put on blast for that. But if I, you know, some app companies will pay me to make videos, and some apps I just think are going to be helpful, so I'll just do it for free. And if I'm giving free exposure to that app company and I'm putting their app logo in my thumbnail or on my video, and I'm trying to drive people to that app, and they want to give me a trademark, you know, they're like, oh, you own the trademark to that, or whatever. Wow. I would make a follow-up video just putting them on blast, telling people not to download that app. So no, I haven't had any problems with it. That would be absolutely ridiculous. But technically they do own that. I mean, they can file a trademark for how that actual icon looks. I don't know if they do file a trademark or not. The more professional ones probably do. Trademarks aren't necessarily cheap, so I don't know, but they technically could do that. But yeah, man, if somebody did that to you, let me know. I would totally put them on blast. Okay, super chat.
Super chat.
History Explained, thank you for the super chat. It says, why did my videos click-through rate plummet after it went viral? Exactly what I just talked about, right? Your video went viral, and I don't know what viral means to you, but if you're talking millions of views, it doesn't really matter. It could be thousands of views, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of views, millions of views. The more people YouTube puts your video in front of, it increases the likelihood that fewer people are going to click. When fewer people click, your click-through rate goes down, right? Mr. Beast, right? Mr. Beast, millions of views on each video, but he's got a really low click-through rate, 5%, something like that, because he has huge, huge amounts of impressions, you know, millions or even billions of impressions, but YouTube is showing that out to so many people that you're just not clicking on it. So the more views you get, the more impressions you get, the greater the chance that your click-through rate is actually going to plummet. That's why you can't look at click-through rate on its own as a true metric of success, because there's a lot of variables there, right? If you've got 1 million views on a video and a low click-through rate, that's fine. That's fine. The important thing is you got 1 million views on the video. If you change the thumbnail, could you get 2 million views? Yeah, you might be able to, or maybe not. Right? You might change the thumbnail and it could be worse. But the reason your click-through rate plummeted is because YouTube put your video in front of tons of people that were not interested in your video, because they're always testing our videos in front of different audiences. And they just put it in front of audiences who didn't click for whatever reason. See if I missed anything here. Heidi says, D, my 12-year-old son has a video that just hit 17,000 views. I love that, with no help from me, but he did a good job with his title and thumbnail. There you go. That goes to show you, right? You can absolutely do it. I love that. Tell him congratulations. D passed by and caught me sleeping on my recliner. Oh yeah, so I did. Savvy Turtle, he broke the world record for live streaming. So huge congratulations for that. And it was funny. I saw almost every time I stopped by, he was sleeping. That's so funny. I only noticed tonight you can take off the dislikes and counts from videos. What? I noticed tonight you can take off the dislikes and counts from videos. Yeah, so you always have the option to not let people engage. Is that what you're talking about, where you can actually turn off your dislikes? I think they're going to totally do away with dislikes, though, if I'm not mistaken. I know they were talking about it. Hey, Savvy Tech Tips, how you doing? Savvy Tech Tips, I want you to meet Savvy Turtle. Hope you guys are both doing well. Apps at Rule says, I never had any issues and use app logos all the time. Yeah, I've never had any issues either. That I would legit put somebody on blast for that. That would be hilarious. Absolutely hilarious. Hey, Hugo's Go-Karts Kid. Oops, HD. Sorry, not kid. Hope you're doing well. Okay, next question is from Kriya TVs, who says, I do spoof videos that use animations to make fun of previously released content. I use everything from Sesame Street to Disney. I'm Creed my own kind. Oh, okay. I'm Creed my own kind of content, but I'm wondering if they can copyright strike me just because I'm using their characters in a different scenery. In other words, one of my videos is using the Pixar lamp, but with different sound effects and background. Yeah. So yeah, they could, right? So if I used, let's just say Mickey Mouse, if I had a video and I put Mickey Mouse in the video, and instead of putting Mickey Mouse's voices, I overdubbed Mickey Mouse, and I made Mickey Mouse say something funny, I could get a copyright claim or a copyright strike from Disney. Now, you can, right? There's a thing called fair use, where if you're doing like an artistic addition to it, or you're doing commentary about something, that's how the news gets away with this stuff, right? You could dispute the copyright claim or the copyright strike and say that you're using this in fair use. And at that time, Disney would have to come back and look at it and say, okay, that is fair use, we're gonna let you slide, or they could withhold the claim or the strike. YouTube's out of the picture at that time. So just so you know, you could get a claim, you could get a strike. Based on what you're doing, you might be able to claim that it's fair use, but it's up to Disney to actually agree with you or not, or whatever studio it is. So you are playing with fire. Just know that moving forward, right? Anytime we use something that does not belong to us or something that we do not have a license to use, we do run the risk of getting a copyright claim or copyright strike. We can always dispute that if we believe that we're in the right, but they don't have to agree with our dispute. Always a risk. Let's see. Next question comes from, oh, did you do it twice? Yes, okay. Next question comes from Quoted Quotes. It says, how many playlists is too many? How long is a string? No such thing as how many playlists are too many. Don't think in terms of how many playlists are too many. Think in terms of how many playlists can I put together that are going to be helpful to a particular audience. So let's say, because you're doing quotes, so let's say you have one playlist entitled motivational quotes, and you've got 10 videos in there, and all the videos are about motivational quotes. Okay, so you could have another video, right? If you're like, okay, well, here's motivational quotes. You could have another playlist about motivational quotes, but maybe this one could be motivational quotes from Matthew McConaughey. It's still motivational quotes, but now you've added a little bit of a spin on it. Now these are motivational quotes from Matthew McConaughey, so on and so forth. So as long as you legit make them helpful to the viewer, there isn't a limit, right? Just think in terms of, how can I get somebody into the playlist, and how can I order these in a way to get people to watch as many of them as possible so they stay interested in watching the content? You don't want to create playlists just for the sake of creating playlists. You want to think, how can I organize my videos so it's going to be helpful to the viewer so they can find what it is that they're looking for? So if that means it's 5 playlists, it's 5. If that means it's 100, it's 100. Next question. Joel the Geek. It says, I'm looking for feedback on what I can do to get more people to view. Wait, what? I'm looking for feedback on what I can do to get people who view what I make to comment on it as well. Okay, so you're making videos and you're wanting to get people to comment on it. Let me see what you're doing. So you're doing like reaction videos or something like that. Okay. I'm just looking at your channel here. So if you're looking for ways to get engagement, there's a couple of things that you can do. And we got Pixelpia here. Hold on one second. Pixelpia, here you go.
Super chat.
Thank you, Pixelpia, for the $5 super chat. This is the official Pixelpia funk song. Thank you so much. Okay, so if you're trying to get people to be engaged and try to leave comments or give them likes, the first thing you need to understand is you need to give them a reason to comment. If you don't say anything, then people may or may not comment. If you just say, leave a comment, then you're making people think about, like, what should I comment about? I don't have time for this. And they move on, right? Give them something to leave a comment about. You can even do things like, hey, if you're new to the channel, drop a hashtag new in the comments. Let me give you a proper welcome. Or if you're doing reactions, or, okay, let's just say I have a video that's like, say the video is the top 5 video editing apps for Android. That's the title name, top 5 video editing apps for Android. I could say something in the video like, if your app didn't make the list, go down, leave a comment, let me know what your favorite app is, and I'll have a look at it and see if I'll have a look at it and possibly include it in the next video, right? I told them what to say. Tell me what your favorite app is, right? Ask for their opinion. Tell them to do something. Give them a reason to leave a comment. Don't just say leave a comment. Don't just say nothing. Give them a reason to leave a comment. Now, getting people to hit the like button, the little like, little thumbs up, right? That requires even less effort from them than leaving a comment. When you're telling someone to leave a comment, and by the way, what I just said definitely helps, especially if you're getting a good amount of views. People actually have to go down there. Hey, Yakov Benz, people actually have to go down and they have to like write stuff out and they have to put effort into it. But if you ask someone just to give you a thumbs up, that takes no effort whatsoever. So I would test them both. And by the way, leaving comments and giving it a thumbs up, those aren't things that are going to move the needle. It's going to be like, oh, wow, I got so many comments. Now YouTube is pushing my video out some more or so much. That's not how it works. You should definitely try to get engagement, but I wouldn't push so much on that, right? Get people to click more on your thumbnail, get people to watch your videos longer. And if you can't get them to watch another video, like those are the things you really focus on. But if you want to like just an easy thing, get them to hit the like button. That's going to be the easiest. And just if you guys haven't hit this like button yet, first of all, why have you not hit this like button yet? There are 89 people in here watching right now. We had over 100 a minute ago, and there's only 82 thumbs up. What's up with that? Smash it, hit it, do the thing, rub yourself all over it, do whatever you got to do to it. Hit it. Hit that thing. Give it a thumbs up. It lets me know that you're enjoying yourself or you're learning something. Okay, next question. Lecoin de Yere, that's a mouthful, asking this question, says how to get certified from TubeBuddy. How to get certified from TubeBuddy. I'm not sure I understand the question. So YouTube or TubeBuddy doesn't certify anyone. So YouTube is a service. Let me look at your channel right here and see what's going on. Comment Supreme. So you've got some videos about TubeBuddy. Yeah, I'm not really sure. What do you mean by getting certified? It looks like you're making some videos about TubeBuddy, but I don't understand what you're trying to do. So you can be a YouTube affiliate where you can get paid a commission if you send somebody and you get signed up with them. You should be able to do that through their website. There should be an affiliate link there. In terms of TubeBuddy certification, they don't have that. They have milestones that you can download and share to show people that you hit a certain, 1,000 subscribers or so many views. But I'm not sure if you want to reword your question, because TubeBuddy certification, I'm not following you what you're trying to do there. It could be you're talking about affiliate links so you can make money, maybe. Tommy T067 asks the next question. I have 5 million views on my channel. Congratulations, but only 1,650 subs. Is that normal? Yeah, that could be normal. What's happening is people are finding your videos. People are watching your videos. They just haven't felt like subscribing for whatever reason, right? Maybe you can give them a little nudge and ask them to subscribe. What I would do, instead of focusing on your subscribers, if you got 5 million views, people are watching your videos, just think, and we've talked about this a couple times tonight. Think about how you can get people to watch one video and then watch a second video. Use your card, your pinned comment, your end screen, link in your descriptions, link those out to a similar video. See if you can't blow that 5 million up into 6 million by getting them to watch other content. But what it seems like, the subs are low, the views are high, they're watching, but they just haven't subscribed for some reason yet. You can also put a little graphic on there reminding people to subscribe, or after you do something really cool, after you've provided some sort of value, ask them to subscribe. Tell them if you want more videos like this, hit the subscribe button so you're notified when I upload my next video. But don't worry about that. The whole views subscriber ratio, I wouldn't worry about that too much. I think maybe 80% of my views come from people who aren't even subscribed to begin with, right? 80% of my views are coming from non-subscribers. So the subscriber number just isn't as important as people think it is. It's great. Look, you can claim your custom URL on YouTube. It unlocks stories. It unlocks community feed. You get a play button. But in terms of actual growing your channel, that number isn't actually that important. Next question is from Nate Palmater, who says, D, when I can only post once a week, do you have any advice for my channel, or just be consistent? Should I try to post more? I'm a dad of 10 kids, and it can be tough to find time. Did you write that right? You're a father of 10 children? Holy moly. First off, I know today's Mother's Day, but hats off to you, and Mother's Day and Father's Day for you. That's incredible. 10 children, man, that's incredible. All right, so here's wow, 10 kids. I don't know what to say to that. That's amazing. 10 children, that's incredible, man. Wow. Okay, so here's the thing. I get it. You've got 10 kids, you don't have a lot of time. If you're going to upload once a week, that's totally fine. Just try to be consistent with it, right? If you can't upload once a week, that's fine too. Don't beat yourself up over it. Try, maybe you upload once every 10 days, right? If you're like, look, man, I got 10 kids, I got a job, I got to do this. I don't have a lot of time. Don't beat yourself up trying to meet an unrealistic schedule. Yes, you want to find consistency, but don't do it at the sake of your mental health. Don't do it at the sake of neglecting your family or your kids or anything like that. So if that means you're going to upload once every 7 days, that's cool. Upload once every 10 days, that's cool too. Find a schedule that actually works for you so you don't get burned out, and then just do that consistently. Maybe it's only twice a month, right? Could be twice a month. Some channels, right? Lucas the Spider, Mark Rober, they upload once a month, but they upload these epic videos that get millions of views, right? So find a schedule that's not going to burn you out, something that's realistic, something that doesn't stress you out. You never want to be at the point where you're like, oh man, I got to upload a video this week. I'm so stressed out. I've got all this stuff I got to do. Don't do that to yourself. Pick a schedule that's realistic, that doesn't stress you out. Don't worry about, is upload or is YouTube going to penalize? No, just find something, find a schedule that you can be consistent on and just upload that way. It'll be fine. Right? I've been uploading every Thursday. Yeah, that works. I mean, if that works for you and it's not stressing you out and you're not putting yourself in a bad situation to do that and you're comfortable with that, that's totally fine. That's totally fine. I've gone through all sorts of upload schedules. I've uploaded once a week, twice a week, 3 times a week. I've skipped months where I haven't uploaded, and it all works out. It all works out. So just find something you can be consistent with and just do that. My E-Class and Bytes says 2 is really hard. 10, wow. Costume kill, I have to take a bow. Yeah, that's impressive. Yeah, I think just finding your own groove where you can make content that just makes you want to keep making content. That's key, because if you're stressed out, if you feel like it's overwhelming, or it's just like, oh, it's just not working, is it even worth it? Like that's going to make you not want to make content, right? So pick a schedule that works for you and just keep on moving. Hey, Eric, how you doing, man? Next question is 30-day reviews. He says, what type of backdrop should I go for? In the grooming channel, and I need a change from just black background but no real room, and I'm in an attic, so flat walls not available. But I have an area to currently hang fabric backdrop. Sorry, this is a bit long. Thanks for the suggestions. Honestly, man, I mean, just shoot whatever you can. If you've got a backdrop, look, I'm in an Airbnb, and this doesn't look necessarily good at all. I'm in an Airbnb. I'm in a corner, white walls. I've just got some lights hitting me. I got a little light shining behind me to get rid of the shadow behind me. You know what? Let me show you what this looks like. Let me show you what this looks like when I turn everything off. I'm going to leave my key light on here, but I want to show you, the corner that I'm sitting in. Right? So turning that off. So I've got my key light on here, but this is what it looks like with nothing else on, right? So I've turned off all the other lights except for my key light here. And I mean, it works. Your message, what you're actually doing on your channel, that's more important than your actual backdrop. I would just say this, whatever your backdrop is, it could be an empty wall, it could be your fabric or whatever, or it could just be your room, however you want to do that. Just make sure it's clean. Make sure it's not cluttered. Make sure it's not messy to where people are like, oh, there's just so much stuff going on there in the background. Okay, great question here. Yakov Benz, I hope I pronounced that correctly, says, what is a key light? A key light is your main light source, right? A key light is your main light source. So what I have here, because I'm traveling, I have it's about 12 inches by 12 inches, right? 1 foot by 1 foot. It's a foldable LED panel, and I've got it up on a little lightweight tripod. I actually, over on the STREAMYARD channel, if you go to STREAMYARD and you look for my video, I have a whole lighting tutorial where I show you how I set things up and how I light things. So your key light is your main light that's lighting you up. And then this is considered a fill light. I've got a smaller light off to the side, and you see on this side of my face, it's darker. I turn on the fill light, and now it's filling in those shadows. And this is just a creative choice. Like, a lot of people will go with a moodier look to where the key light comes in on one side, it kind of shadows the other side of their face. But for this setup, I didn't really want that, so I added a key light, and it's lighting up the side of my face here, all right? And I added the fill light. I've got another fill light that's hitting me over here in the back just a little bit. Normally, if this were up higher, this would be considered a hair light or a rim light, which would put lights on, a little bit of a light on the back of my shoulders and light up my head a little bit to help me stand out from the wall if it was a dark wall, right? Dark shirt, dark wall, this would help me stand out. You don't really notice it here. And then my backlight, let me reach for it again without knocking it over. My backlight, I'm just using a tiny aperture RGB light. And this thing can change colors. I just got it on white because I'm on a white wall. And I'm just putting that there behind me just to create like an even look around me. So, just whipped it together, a super boring white wall. Maybe if I had some plants or something behind me, it would look better, but I don't. I'm in an Airbnb. I don't have any, I don't have any choice here. All right, it looks like I missed some super chats. So I'm going backwards here. Hold on one second.
Super chat.
Giorgio. Hey, D. Nimmin, nice to see you, bro. You're the best. Thanks. Keep it up, brother. Hey, thank you for the super chat. I appreciate that a lot. Joel the Geek says, pulling the curtain back on the magic. Yeah, well, that's the thing. I really, if there's anything I can do to help you guys figure stuff out, like lighting and how to set things up, like that's what I'm here for. It's all smoke and mirrors. It's all smoke and mirrors. Like this, literally the corner I'm in is like, if I stretch my arms out edge to edge, like that's how wide it is. And the wall is like 2.5 to 3 feet behind me. I'm just using the space that I have, keeping it clean. Let's see if I've got, I think I missed another super chat here. Yeah, I would love to have, if I had 70s wall paneling, man, I would put like a lava lamp up there and I get some shag carpet. I would lean into the 70s vibe. I'd probably get like an old 70s television set that maybe like had some static on it or something like that with a lava lamp. I'd totally play into that, right? Work with what you have. I think I missed another super chat. Where did it go? Here we go.
Super chat.
D, thank you for the advice. Actually, super reassuring. I've been feeling pressure to make more videos. Some people in my niche, personal finance, upload 2 or 3 times a week. My wife is your wife is absolutely a rock star. So are you, man. 10 children. Don't sell yourself short. You're both rock stars. Yeah, just do what you can do, man. I always like to put mental health first. If you're feeling like it's stressing you out, like that's not the purpose of this. Like the whole idea of YouTube, you want to have fun with it, right? You never want to get to the point where you're like, oh my God, I just hate doing this, or this is so stressful, or oh, I just don't want to do this anymore. Like you don't, if that's what you're feeling, then you need to reassess what's happening and think about what can I change so this doesn't happen anymore, right? And upload schedule, the pressure of having those upload schedules, that causes tons of stress on people, tons and tons and tons of stress. Euphoria, happy birthday. There he is. Did I pronounce it right? Euphoria, happy birthday. Tish says, oh, good gravy. No 70s orange, though, please. Yeah, I would totally lean into that. I would go full 70s. Full 70s if I had it. I mean, I wouldn't put up a paneling wall just to do that, but if I had one and I didn't have a choice, I'd lean into it. Zencraft asks the next question, who says, How can I get noticed? I'm a live channel and I want people to talk live. Are you a gaming channel? You're a gaming channel. Yeah, so here's the thing about gaming. Let me look at you've got 24 subscribers and I don't know what game you're playing. It looks like you're doing a mix of things. So here's the thing. If all you're doing is streaming, you have to understand this. If all you're doing is streaming as a gaming channel, it is going to be incredibly difficult for you to get noticed. Everybody's streaming. It's going to be really hard for you to get noticed. What I would recommend you do is, in addition to your streams, once or twice a week, if you can, if your schedule permits it, craft some, get some, record your gameplay or download the video and edit that video into a really cool, snappy, fun 3-minute video. Put a cool title on it, a really cool thumbnail, and just start uploading those videos once or twice a week in addition to your live streams. Because those videos are going to, hopefully, if you do it right, those are going to get served to people, and then people are going to find you, and people are going to start subscribing, and then you go live, and people who found you through your videos are going to start hanging out during your live streams. I would go about it that way. If you're trying to stream first, you're putting the cart before the horse, because it's really hard to get noticed as a live streamer, especially as a gamer, if all you're doing is streaming. Like, how do you get noticed as a streamer, right? So I would consider putting in the videos, right? You don't have to make the videos because you're already live streaming. Just download the video when it's finished or record it as you're streaming. Edit it into the absolute, think of it like the best 3 minutes of the game. Put your best kills in there, or whatever it is that you're doing with your game, and just make the super coolest edit you can with, music or commentary, whatever it is, great thumbnail. Just keep doing that consistently. Who knows, a couple months from now, it might take you a year even, it's tough. Then you might start to get some people coming in, then they'll come to hang out with you during their live stream. Gaming is tough.
Super chat.
Architectural Sheet Metal 101. Thank you so much for the super chat. He says, thanks so much, D. In terms of consistency, other than uploads, what other areas can we practice consistency? That's a great question. Of course, you said, uploads. And it's not just trying to find the days where you do upload, but you also need to pay attention to the times between when you don't upload as well. You can look at your channel and look at your channel views, right? YouTube gives us data showing us what our daily views are, right? You can open up the YT Studio app, go to analytics, you're gonna see your views, what's happening on the channel right there. One thing that you can do is you can make sure that view count is either always on the way up, or at least, at the very least, is at its level. Anytime that view number starts to go down, that's when you upload another video, right? Put your foot on the gas, right? So you're either climbing or you're steady. That's fine, you're uploading good, but if you notice that starts to downturn, upload a video. Put your foot on the gas, boop, that'll bump back up. And it'll ride for a while, and then if it starts to drop again, boom, upload a video. Up, right? So also, be consistent about answering comments. Be consistent about using other features that YouTube gives us, be it post on community feed or post in your stories. Get consistent on being other social media platforms. Maybe you post to Twitter. Maybe you're trying to build a community over on Twitter. Be consistent with sneaking in a live stream here and there. Be consistent with looking at your data. Be consistent learning how to identify patterns of things that are working on your channel. So that's what I would say in terms of consistency, right? Those are the areas that I would practice. Get consistent at looking at your data and learning how to understand your data. Be consistent in answering comments and engaging with your community. Joe the Geek. What do we got here?
Super chat.
Joe the Geek, thank you so much for a super chat. What is inexpensive lighting setup? Great question. And let me find a video for you. I don't know what your budget is. So when you say inexpensive lighting setup, I don't know what your budget is. I'm going to give you a video to watch. Give me 1 second here. I'm going to give you a video to watch. And in the description of this video, give me 1 second here. In the description of this video, I have links out to the lights that I talk about. If those lights are beyond your budget, let me find it. If those lights are beyond your budget, send me a tweet. not a DM. Getting through to my DMs is really, my DMs are a mess. I'm going to post a link in the chat right now. So watch this video and I explain, the video that I just posted, I explain a very simple lighting setup. I show like a two lighting setup, 3 lighting setup. But I remember when I turned off all of these lights and I just had my key light cost around $70, right? So have a look at that video. If those are out of your budget or you have more questions about them, I'm the most active on Twitter. Just @ me on Twitter and I'll get to it and I'll answer your question there. Because I need to know your budget, right? I need to know your budget. You know, the lights that I'm using, these are all budget lights. I think they're budget lights, but I don't know what your budget is. There's super chat here. What do we got? South Georgia Basin.
Super chat.
I do bass fishing teaching videos outdoors, and I'm thinking about doing some unboxing videos of tackle, etc. in front of my tackle wall. So thanks for the lighting ideas just now. Will the unboxing videos confuse the algorithm? Great question, and I'm glad you asked that. Let's talk about the algorithm for a second. So the YouTube algorithm follows the audience, right? The algorithm is the audience. So as long as you're doing unboxing with products and you're wrapping it around ideas that you're doing. So, right, you're doing bass fishing, right? You do bass fishing. I call it bass. I'm a bass player. I'm listening to funk music. It's bass. You're a bass fisherman, right? As long as everything that you do during those unboxings would be helpful to the people who are there learning about bass fishing, I can't speak tonight, bass fishing, as long as it's helpful to them, and as long as in the title, as long as in the description, you're using the same sort of keyword phrases that can help them, like, you know, unboxing whatever tackle for bass fishing, something like that. I think I'm just winging that because I don't know your niche. I'm not a fisherman. But as long as you wrap it around bass fishing, then you should be fine, right? The algorithm is the audience, right? The algorithm is also trying to predict what the audience wants to watch next. So, and by the way, there's algorithms, right? You've got an algorithm that's trying to predict what the audience wants to watch next, and you've got an algorithm that just reacts to everything that they do and tries to serve them based on what they search for, based on what they engage with, based on what they think that they're going to watch, based on what other people like them watch, right? So there's a couple of different algorithms inside of YouTube, but I don't think you're going to confuse anyone as long as, like, you just want to make sure that the terminology is there. You want to make sure that the imagery is there so your audience understands that the unboxing has to do with bass fishing. That's the key. And don't, right? If you're doing bass fishing, don't do an unboxing for like shoes, right? But if it has something to do with fishing, then it totally makes sense. Savvy, and the algorithms are 99% smart, 1% fault. Yeah, they're not perfect, right? They're not perfect. They're really good. They're really good, but they're not 100%. Exactly. That's exactly right. Do tags matter? Not really. YouTube gives us tags. It's a feature they allow us to use, and I will continue to use tags until that feature is removed. However, what YouTube themselves has told us, they told us that tags are among the least important metric. They're not metric, they're the least important feature that they have, and they're to be used for things like misspellings and clarifications. Let me show you this. And by the way, I think I dropped that link into the chat. Let me double check. Make sure moderators, can you confirm that I dropped? I'm going to drop it in there again, just in case. I'm not sure if it posted or not. I think I just posted the lighting video. So let me show you this. So inside of YouTube Studio, if you go to any of your videos, and let me share this here with you. Go to analytics. So if you go down to the tags, and I'm going to share my screen here because this is very important. And everybody can see this if they log in. So video details. Thanks, Heidi. So if you scroll down all the way to the bottom where your tags go, okay? So here are my tags. Okay, these are my tags. And while there are a couple of them that I'm ranking well for, you know, how to build a YouTube community, whatever, you know, they're not 100% correct. But here's what I want you to look at. right here, this text. It says, tags can be useful if content in your video is commonly misspelled. Otherwise, tags play a minimum role in helping viewers find your content. Tags can be useful in content. Tags can be useful if content on your video is commonly misspelled. Otherwise, tags play a minimal role in helping viewers find your video. That's coming from YouTube themselves. YouTube says this. So, tags are not going to move the needle for you. You're not going to put in the right tags and your video is going to go gangbusters. It's not going to go viral when you have the right tags. It doesn't work that way. Of the features they give us, tags are at the bottom of the barrel. Now, they do still give us that feature. So I do still use them, and I do still use them for things other than misspellings. So I still use them, and you should still use them too, but just know that it's not going to make the difference between a video that succeeds and a video that doesn't succeed. I just use them because even though YouTube says they're not very important, they do still give us a feature. And I like to use features that they give us. Let's see here. Eric says, everyone focuses on knowing your audience, producing quality videos they want to watch, good thumbnails and titles, and everything else will take care of itself. Yep, absolutely. All right, next question. Next question is the artist Haven. She says, I enlisted a bunch of videos that were getting views that weren't part of my niche. And that was painful, but it was the right move. Approximately how long does it take for YouTube to catch the change and start getting impressions given to the right audience? I've been meaning to ask you this, but I keep forgetting things. So there isn't any date or time. It could take weeks, it could take months, it could take years. Dr. Sten, who I believe, he's probably not in here now, but he was in here earlier. You know, his channel was misclassified from YouTube early on. YouTube thought Dr. Sten's channel was about hip hop. For as smart as the algorithms are, they thought his channel was about hip hop and he's about health and wellness. For many videos, I don't even know how many videos. He's Dr. Sten. How many videos did it take before YouTube finally figured out what your channel was about? If you don't mind, post that in the chat. Just let us know how many videos it took before YouTube figured out, or just ballpark. You know, you can let us know how many years or how many videos it took before YouTube figured that out. Right? They thought he was a hip hop channel, which is pretty hilarious. But what happened was gaming and hip hop. Okay, so Dr. Sten was misclassified as gaming and hip hop for over a year, right? For over a year. But what happened was once they figured out who his audience was, and I just find that's amazing because the algorithms are smart. YouTube is really smart, but for some reason they don't get everything right, like Savvy said, right? But once they did figure him out, once they figured out the right audience, he's off and running. He hit 1 million subscribers, right? That was probably the fastest I've ever seen anybody that I actually know shoot to 1 million subscribers. That's been just unbelievable growth. And it all came from YouTube getting his videos in front of the right audience. And of course, he's doing all the right stuff. His thumbnails are great. His information is super valuable. So he's learned how to do all the right things along the way and provides unbelievably valuable content. That it was just a matter of them getting his videos in front of the right audience, and he was off and running. So to answer your question, Tish, you don't know, right? They might realize what's going on quickly. It could take over a year. It could take 2 years. I mean, you're talking about algorithms, right? So just all you got to, if you unlisted the content that was not relevant to your channel, that's the smart move. All you can do now is just keep making content, keep making content, keep making content, and eventually things should fall into place. Hey, Insane McLean, how you doing? How you doing? All right, next question is from Lily Leslie TV. Lily Leslie TV. What advice can you give about being nervous or anxious about uploading your first video? Oh, this is great. Do you think videos where you don't show your face work well? Well, they can. Look at channels like Brightside. Brightside, I don't even know how many millions of subscribers they have and how many hundreds of thousands of views they get on their videos, if not millions of views. They don't show their face. So the quality of the content that you make in terms of how you put your video together, that's key. But if you're just like, you know, your video's on a plant and you're just like talking, not very exciting. But if you put together a really good video, yeah, those videos can do well. But I can tell you this, show of hands in the chat right now, who in here was really nervous about putting themselves on camera? right? Your very first video, you're terrified. Who was nervous about putting themselves on camera? I was terrified to go on camera. I'd spent 20 years behind the camera working with production, and getting in front of the camera was absolutely horrifying for me. Horrifying. Yes. Yes, yes, right? Me. I think Darlene said no. Where'd Darlene go? Darlene says, I was not. You're the minority. You're the minority here, Darlene, right? I'm still terrified, right? So many people are just scared to get in front of the camera. I mean, you get used to it. So here's what you have to understand. If you're afraid of making that first video, you're afraid of being in front of the camera for whatever reason. Maybe you're afraid your colleagues or your family or your spouse or somebody's going to see it, or maybe you're afraid of, you're self-conscious about something that like, oh, I don't like my nose, or I don't like how my eyes are too far apart, or whatever, right? Everybody's self-conscious about something. You have to understand this. We've all, except for Darlene, everybody but Darlene has been through this. We all had to go through this. We all have the same concerns and the fears and all of that stuff. It does get easier. It does get better. And you have to understand that the videos that you start with are going to suck no matter what. Your early videos are going to, you're going to look back when you upload your first video. And if you upload consistently over the course of a year or two, you're going to look back at your early videos and go, holy cow, I sucked, but you started. That's the most important thing. So here's what I urge you to do. Just suck it up, make that first video, and understand that it's not going to be that great. And that's fine. That's totally fine. Everybody in here, like I doubt anyone in here had an awesome first video. Probably their first 10 or 15 or 20 videos weren't that great for most people in here. That's just how it goes. You have to learn how to get better. And the only way you're going to learn how to get better is by actually doing the thing. Even if you don't show your face, you still have to learn how, especially if you don't show your face, right? So at least if you're in front of the camera, you can communicate, you can be animated a little bit. People can see you and so on and so forth. If you're not showing your face, you got to do extra work, because now you're going to have to edit. Like, you're going to have to learn how to edit really well to hold their attention, because you're not showing your face. So you're going to have to choose, show your face and edit, or don't show your face, and you're going to have to be even better at an editor. But either way, your early videos are going to suck no matter what. So just do it. Just do it. Just take a leap, make that first video. Don't even worry about the views. Don't even worry about the subscribers. Make your second video. Don't worry about the views. Don't worry about the subscribers. What I want you to think about for like your first 20 videos, 25 videos, I want you to think about this as practice. All it is practice, right? For your first 20, 25, 30 videos, all you're doing is practicing. You're practicing learning how to look at the lens and not look at the viewfinder. You're learning how to light yourself up so you're not so dark and the shadows don't make you look weird. You're learning how to use a microphone and how to place it in the right place so your voice sounds good. You're learning how to edit your videos. You're learning how to make thumbnails. You're learning how to choose the right topics, right? So I want you to think of your first videos as practice. Don't worry about views. Don't worry about subscribers. Don't worry about any of that stuff. Just worry about practicing, because as you practice, as you get better at all of these things, the pieces of the puzzle are going to start to be put into place, because now you're a better communicator because you've practiced. Now your thumbnails are better because you've practiced. You're choosing better topics because you've practiced. Your lighting looks good. Your audio sounds good. Your editing is good because you've practiced, right? And that's when you're going to start to see channel growth. So just make the video. We were all scared. We were all scared. You just got to do it. You just got to do it. Thanks, Dee. I wish I could talk to you every time I feel down. Well, here, I'm here every Sunday. I'm here every single Sunday. And if you're a channel member, we got a private Facebook group. I check in there usually once a day. We do member streams only every Sunday now. And Darlene wasn't, you know what? I got to applaud you. A lot of confidence, right? Most people are usually afraid of getting in front of the camera. What are thumbnails? So thumbnails are, okay, let me share my screen here. Thumbnails are the little images that YouTube shows you. Let me show you here. So if you go to YouTube, I'm just going to randomly pull it up here. So all of these pictures that you see here that people, right, you can click on these things. The image that advertises the video, that's called a thumbnail. So think of this like if you have Netflix or you have HBO or you have Amazon or Hulu, when you go in to look at movies, you usually see like an image, right? Sometimes it's the box cover, like if it was a DVD or that sort of thing. That's your thumbnail. All right, let's see. Did I miss a super chat? What is this? I think I missed a super chat. Hold on. I'm moving backwards here. Hang on. Where did it go? There it is. Oh.
Super chat.
South Georgia Basin says, I have one video that has over 4,000 views, and all the others are only between 100 and 300. I can't see why. All right, well, let's have a look at that, right? Again, I don't want to get into channel reviews, but something like this is always interesting. South Georgia Basin. Let me see if I can find your channel. South Georgia Basin. Ooh, why can't I find you? Hold on. There you are, South Georgia Basin. All right, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to look at your channel here. And again, I'm not getting into channel reviews, but I just want to try, because a lot of people have this question, right? One video does this or two videos do this, but nothing else happens. What's going on? What am I doing wrong? Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to come to your videos. I'm going to sort by most popular and I'm going to see what's going on. Okay. So 9 months ago, you had a video, glass and graphite rods. That did really well. Now I'm going to continue to look through your videos here, so bear with me. 6 cents Premium Super, Finesse, 6 cents Super Mega Unboxing, Finishing School, Super Premium 6-pack, Lunkers. Okay, so I can tell you right now. So let's do this as a group. So of these videos right here, and I'm going to scroll through these again. Again, his first video here is glass versus graphite rods. 4,000 views. Completely smokes all the rest of the content. So as I scroll through here, I want everybody to look at these videos, read these titles here, look at these topics, and you guys in the chat, you ladies in the chat, why do you think that video did well and these videos are not doing well? Let's try to see a pattern here. Let's see if we can find a pattern here. I'm going to scroll down here. Variety channel. Let's see, more bass fishing channels. Yeah, this is the bass fishing. Call it bass. I'm a bass player. Sorry, when I see the word bass, I hear bass in my head. So let's see. I'm going to go into the chat here. So wait for things to come out here. Not enough of fishing, Savvy Turtle says. Okay, so here's what's going on with this. And I'm going to go full screen for a second because I really want you guys to see this. Call it whatever you will. Call it dumb luck. Call it whatever you want to call it. You made a video that massively connected to an audience. Okay? You made a video that massively connected to the audience. Now, this video may not have done very well out of the gate. Right? I don't know. I don't have your data, so I don't know how this video performed out of the gate when you first published video. But what we know is 9 months later, you've got 4,300 views, and these other videos are just nowhere near close to this. What I can see from this, again, I'm not looking at your data, so all I have to look at here is what's happening externally. All of your other videos are specifically about things like Lunkers on the Ledge, Mega Unboxing, 6 cents Premium, Sack Unboxing, Finesse versus Reaction Baits, Lunkers on the Crankbait, Lunkers in the Lilies. All right, so I can tell you right now, your audience does not respond to Lunkers. I don't even know what a Lunker is, but they're not responding to Lunkers. Stop doing videos about Lunkers for now, because that's not working right now. But what you did do, this is the only video on your channel that I've noticed here, and correct me if I'm wrong, at least based on the titles, this is the only video where you're talking about rods. You're talking about tackle, you're talking about baits, you're talking about Lunkers, you're talking about unboxings, you're talking about all these other things, but this one video is so to the point, glass rods versus graphite rods. People want to know what the difference is. This video connected, right? So this is the only video you have on your channel that's different than all the other videos on your channel, right? You're throwing all these other videos up and they're not connecting, but you made one about rods and it connected. So now that I'm looking at your channel, even though you're South Georgia Bassin, you have a video that's about rods. So what I would recommend you do is start talking about rods and see if you can get more views on people who are interested in about rods, right? As you grow your channel, it's going to trickle over and people are going to be interested in the bass videos as well. But this video, glass versus graphite rods, look at how simple this title is, right? It's not long. It doesn't get truncated. It doesn't get cut off here. Super short, super sweet, glass versus graphite rods. What can you do that's like this? What other type of rods are there? Are there long rods, short rods? What about the reels? Like, what can you compare, right? What can you talk about the rods? Now, what I want you to do when you do make those other rod videos, I want you to come in here. By the way, your set is well lit. That's good. I want you to come in here and I want to make sure that I don't see a card up here, right? I want to make sure, and I don't know, you might be doing this on your phone. I'm not sure this is more difficult on your phone. Reach out to me on Twitter. If you are doing this on your phone, I can kind of help get you in the right direction here. But you want to take advantage of the card that you can put up here. See if you're doing your end screen. Hold on. Okay, there's no ending video here that I'm seeing yet. It might pop up. Hold on, let's see. So there's no video showing at the end. That's your end screen. So when you make your new rod video, you take advantage of your card. You got to learn how to use your card. You can Google for that or reach out to me. You need to put an end screen video. You want to do your pinned comment, right? Go look at how they do. Don't look at my live streams. Look at how I do my videos. And I'll go show you this right here in a second. You want a pinned comment. You want a card. You want an end screen video. You want a link in your description that shows up above show more. And you want to link all of those to your new video. And just give it a little title, right? Put a little emoji down there in your description that says, I don't know anything about fishing, so excuse my ignorance here. So this one is glass versus graphite rods. So let's say you have another video where you're comparing rods or you're going to detail about some sort of rod. So write that little title or whatever that is, right? Graphite rods versus something else, or the top 3 graphite rods, right? There's an idea. Top 3 graphite rods, top 3 fishing graphite rods, something like that, right? Put that title there, link out to that video. Put the same video in your card, same video in your end screen, same video in your pinned comment, link that out to your new bass video. Then on your new bass video, do the exact same thing, link it back to this video, right? Same thing, little title, glass versus graphite rods. Lean into the rods, see if there's still magic here, right? I don't know if you're still getting views on this. I don't know if this rush has passed. This could have been something that was trending and is not trending anymore, but I would say make the next couple of videos about rods. Very simple. What are the best, best fishing rods, best graphite rods for bass fishing, best glass rods for bass fishing, that sort of thing. So here's what I mean when I talk about pinned comment. So if I go here, okay, so right here, I've got a video above the show more, right? I'd say watch next. Why your YouTube shorts don't get views. And I link out to a video about YouTube shorts. Okay. Then if you scroll down, I've got the exact same thing here as my pinned comment. Watch next. Why your YouTube shorts don't get views. Right? And you pin your own comment by writing it, put in a link out there, click those 3 little dots. Well, since I'm pinned, you see unpinned. But if you're not pinned, you're going to see an option to pin that, and it's going to hold it right up to the top. And you're giving people the opportunity to go watch other videos, but link them out to the same video. If they're there for rods, link them out to rods, and then make a web of videos that are all interlinking all of your rod videos. Now, I don't know if you're still getting views on your channel or not, but if you are, make those rod videos immediately and see how it does, right? Bigger rods, bigger fish. Hey, Shelly, how you doing? Shelly saves the day. Yeah, Dr. Sin. See, I knew nothing about fishing. So here it is, right? Dr. Sin nailed it, right? So you have one right now. The one that did well is, where did it go? Did I close it? I think I closed it. Give me 1 second here. Let me go back to it. So the one that's working right now, open, I don't have it. 1 second. The one that's working right now is called glass versus graphite rods. So your next video, like Dr. Sten suggests, should be this. This is the title, glass versus fiberglass rods. That's your next video. Make that video. And then, right, just how I talked about with your pinned comment, cards, end screen, all that stuff, link those off to glass versus graphite. And then do that in reverse, right? And then in your pinned comment and in your description, watch next, glass versus graphite rods. In the other video, glass versus fiberglass rods, right? Make them connect to each other. And then give it time. Make this video, upload it, give it time, right? It might take a while for, I don't know what the traffic source is. You might be getting search-based traffic. If that's the case, it could take a while for those views start to come in. So I would make the next 2, 3, 4 videos about fishing rods, find ways to connect them all and link out to one another, build a web, and then just see how they do. And then come back and see me, right? Come back and see me again, and we'll have a look at it from there. I want pizza and party and the funk. That's what I'm talking about. It's not much to ask for. All right, next question is from Sion. It says, what happened to your background? Also, are all the shot on iPhone videos really done on an iPhone? Okay, great question. So my background, I'm in an Airbnb. I'm just in a white corner. That's all I got. That's all I got for now. And are they shot on an iPhone videos really shot on an iPhone? Yes, they are shot on an iPhone, but here's what you need to keep in mind. Let me hydrate for a second. So you have artists like Lady Gaga who made a music video on an iPhone. What you have to understand is while the iPhone and all these other phones have fantastic lenses in them, what they fail to mention is that they have people working with those lenses or with the iPhone that are professional filmmakers. They have thousands of dollars in lighting. They have, the best editing, the best editors when they do color correction. They've just got the best of the best working on these things. So they can shoot on an iPhone and make it look spectacular. So yes, those videos are real. They really shoot those on an iPhone, but most of them are not edited on an iPhone. They're usually edited with very expensive software. They've got thousands of dollars of lights. They've got, the best audio. They've got all of this other stuff, but the actual recorder was done on an iPhone. So that can happen. I love it. We need some funk. What do we got here? How about this one? Thanks for the super chat, Giorgio.
Super chat.
Oh, yeah. Old school. All right. Next question. Bobby Borg says, my channel is about music business basics for musicians. I love that. Who want to turn their art into more successful business. However, I can get even more niche and target bands instead of a broader term musicians. But this totally limits my topic choices. Thanks. So you're asking, should you also reach bands? I mean, here's the thing. We have endless videos to make. Why not do both? Why not target keyword phrases like musicians, target keyword phrases like bands, target artists, musical artists, make videos targeting all of those so you're reaching the same people, but people search by different things, right? Think of it as, instead of fishing for one bait, we're talking about bass fishing before, instead of having one rod with one bait, now you have 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 rods with different types of bait, but you're all saying, you're saying the same thing. You're just trying to appeal to people who are searching through different keywords. So make all of them, right? Think about all the different ways that you can communicate to an artist, to a musician, bands, musicians, musical artists, music streamers, however you want to word it, and make videos for all of them. Because you're talking about the same content. You just want to use the right bait to try to pull those people in. So the answer is yes, all of the above. Next question is apps that rule. What's up, Jojo? I think you left. With your channel, when you post videos, have you seen a difference in click-through rate when taking yourself out of the thumbs compared to the ones with you in them? I'm testing this. Yes, I have seen a difference. So interesting. So, obviously on my channel, I teach people how to do things with their phone and how to YouTube with their phone, how to live stream with their phone. I'm constantly testing things with my thumbnails because what I found is some topics do better when I'm not in the thumbnail. Other things, like when I first upload a video, depending on the topic, a lot of those videos will do better if I put myself in the thumbnail, because people who are part of my community, oh, Dee's got a new video, I'm going to watch that video. They recognize me in the thumbnail. As the traffic source changes and my traffic becomes more search-based, which a lot of my videos are, those people don't know me yet. So putting myself in the thumbnail doesn't mean a whole lot because they don't know me yet. So then for some topics, I'll just put a phone in there. I'll just put text in there or a different sort of image, and then that will usually do better. Again, this isn't a black and white thing. Sometimes my picture does do better with search, but most of the time it doesn't. So if you look at all my thumbnails, I'm usually testing things here or there on newer videos. Sometimes I'm changing colors. Sometimes I'm putting a phone or text or different images. So I'm always changing things around. So you're going to have to test it and see what works. Not only what works best for a particular video, but like it changes by topic. It changes by traffic source. Like if I put like live streaming generally doesn't do well for me if I put myself in the thumbnail, but my recent one did. So there's all sorts of weird things, but I changed the colors. So it could be my picture doesn't do well on a dark background, right? So there's all sorts of testing that you can do with thumbnails. You can drive yourself crazy with it, but I find it interesting to try to figure out what people actually click on, what they don't click on, what topics work with me in there, and so on and so forth. It can drive you crazy. Do you change thumbnails and how often? I do change thumbnails. If I have a video topic that I think should be doing better and the click-through rate's just not there and the video isn't working, I'll absolutely test out different thumbnails. Also, I like to live test my thumbnails looking at the real-time click-through rate data inside of YouTube Studio. So if I upload a video and it's just not taking off the way I want it to take off, I will test out some thumbnails looking at the real-time click-through rate data. Sometimes I can get it to work. Sometimes I can't get it to work. And then I'll come back and revisit it later, sometimes months later when the traffic source has changed, like I was just talking about. So there's always things to change and always things to make better. But at the same time, there is a point where I let it go, right? There's a point where I say, okay, this one's good enough. I gotta focus on making the next video. I think I've done as much as I could on this one. Next video comes from TUBEBUDDY. Thanks for breaking that out phonetically. TUBEBUDDY says, do copyright claims and strikes affect views? They don't affect your views, but if you get 3 copyright strikes within a 90-day period, YouTube will terminate your channel. Poof, it's gone. Copyright claims do not affect your channel. However, if you are trying to get into the partner program, YouTube will look at copyright issues. If you have a big history of copyright issues, they could deny you entry into the partner program, which could stop you from being monetized. But to affect your views, no, it should not. Next question, to dive and detect. Very cool. How do you get constructive criticism for your channel without directly asking for it? I don't want to bring negative vibes, but we want to know what's liked and what's disliked. YouTube gives us data for that. Okay, so if you want to know if your thumbnails are working or not, and by the way, I don't know what kind of views you're getting here, so hold on. If you're not getting a lot of views, I don't think it's really helpful to look at your click-through data or click-through rate. Okay, so you're getting 100, 200, 400 views. Okay, so here's what you do. And again, I don't know if you're doing this on your phone. If you're doing this on your phone, you need the YT Studio app. If you're doing this on a computer, you need to access YouTube Studio, which you get there by clicking on your profile picture when you're actually on YouTube. Your click-through rate, your impressions click-through rate, will give you a percentage to let you know how people are responding to your thumbnail. Now, this isn't a end-all, be-all percentage number. A lot of things can change this. So it's going to give you an impressions number. Your impressions number is how many people saw your thumbnail, and the percentage is how many of those people actually clicked your thumbnail. So if you have a video with a ton of views, it's perfectly normal to have a lower click-through rate because you can also have tons of impressions, which means YouTube is testing your video out in front of lots of other audiences, and that can drive your click-through rate down because not all of them are going to click. So your click-through rate, your impressions click-through rate, this is how you can gauge if your thumbnails are good or not, right? If you got a click-through rate of 2% and you've only got 200 views, you need to change your thumbnail, right? If you've got 400 views and you got a click-through rate of like 12%, that's great. Okay, but if you've got 1%, 2%, 3%, and you've only got 100 or 200 views, you need to change your thumbnail, generally speaking. You can look at your audience retention report, which is going to be a graph inside of YT Studio, or, I hope I don't have the phone, inside the YT Studio app or inside of YT Studio, go into each individual video, look for audience retention, and there's going to be a graph that shows you how long people watch your video, what percentage of those people finish your video, how long do they actually watch your video. And with that graph, you can see where people are leaving. If you see a big drop off, those are people leaving, right? If you see a bump up, people either fast forwarding or they're skipping backwards, and that's causing that little bump. So those are the two main metrics that you can look at to see are people clicking enough? Are people watching enough, right? If you look at your audience retention graph, let's say you've got long videos, you have, 20 minutes, 40 minutes, so on and so forth. If you see that out of a 40-minute video that only 5% or 10% of those people are finishing your video, maybe your video is too long. Why don't instead of a 40-minute video, make a 10-minute video, right? And see if you can get people to watch that. I would aim for at least, and again, that's going to be hard on a 40-minute video. You're probably not going to be able to do that. But if you've got shorter videos, try to get 50 or 60% average view or for your the percentage, the average view percentage of that. Try to aim for that, right? You're not always going to make it. Sometimes it's going to fall short. But you're doing 40-minute videos, 20-minute videos. Look at that graph. See what that graph tells you. If you're like, wow, almost everybody left after 10 minutes, then your videos are entirely too long. So use that data to help you make the decisions on how to craft your channel, right? If you're making 40-minute videos and people aren't watching that 40 minutes, your videos are too long. Make them shorter to increase the chance that people are actually going to watch them longer. And then it's going to increase the chance of YouTube going to show this to new audiences, so on and so forth. So look at your click-through rate, look at your audience retention. That data is going to tell you how people are responding. Like, I can look at your stuff and I can say, do this, do that. But looking at your data tells you what's truly happening with the audience that's finding your videos. That's more important than what I can tell you in terms of what you're doing wrong or what you're doing right. Let's see here. What do we got? We got a super chat. What do we got here?
Super chat.
Septian, and I apologize if I say this incorrectly, Septian Patterson. I want to take a better high-res thumbnail with my Pixel 4a 5G. How do I keep high resolution after the 16:9 crop? Okay, so here's what you do. Phones. We have tiny lenses in our phones, and inside these tiny lenses have tiny little sensors. Those sensors need a lot of light, right? That's why when you take a photograph or a video with your phone in low light, that's why it usually looks grainy. The sensor needs a lot of light. So the best thing you can do is take your pictures with a lot of light. If you're taking thumbnail pictures, go outside, go in the shade. Don't do it with the harsh light. It's going to create shadows. Find a shade, stand in front of a wall, and have somebody take your picture, put it on a tripod and take your picture. All of that daytime light is going to give you a really crisp quality picture. Of course, you can cut yourself out and go from there, but it all starts with lighting, right? If you got a low resolution photo, you're not going to be able to do much with it. So start with a lot of light. Go outside or sit by a window, take the picture with all the light, and that's going to give you a super crisp picture. And then after the 16:9 crop, if you've inside your phone, inside your camera settings, you're going to be able to change your settings to different sizes, different quality. Set that to as high as you can, right? That doesn't mean you have to take all of your pictures that way. But for your YouTube thumbnails, set your camera settings. You've got a Pixel. I don't have a Pixel, so I can't walk you through that. If anyone in here has a Pixel and you can walk them through how to get to the camera settings, please do that in the chat right now. But you need to you need to set it to the highest possible quality, then go get next to bright light, take that picture, and then when you do the crop, you're going to be good to go. By default, though, whatever setting is in your camera, you should be fine as long as you've got a lot of light hitting you, right? But if you're just like in a dark room or room lights and you're taking pictures, that's not going to work. That's why it looks bad. And what's going on here with the Nimmin nuts? Nimminati nuts, Nimmin nutty. What is going on here? A nut because we're all nuts? I'm missing something in the chat. Oh, yeah. Is D calling his members nuts? Yeah, so I'm going to guess you guys found the emoji. Hold on. Is that what we're doing? Yeah, we're dropping the nuts. Savvy, who is it? I see Savvy dropping a nut. Costume Co's dropping nuts. This is getting weird. I'm looking through the chat right now. Hang on here. My E-Class and Bites looks like a nut. It is a nut. That is a nut with eyes. Oh, my goodness. Yeah, so cream pie Lars. Holy moly, Lars. Behave yourself. No. You know what? I'm just going to ban you. Hold on here. Nope. Ah, terrible. Yeah, so when I was trying to think of a community name, did I just miss a super chat? Hang on here. Okay, here we go.
Super chat.
Thank you so much. Says, hey, D, I want to join your member program. Which one do you recommend, please? Join the one that works with your budget. Join the one that works with your budget. Join the one that works with your budget. Yeah, so when I was trying to think, what was I going to do for a community? Like, because they give us, for channel memberships, you get like the emojis, you get like the membership levels. And I was like, what can I do for this? And of course, I ended up going with like, it starts with like a moon and then it goes down and ends up being the Death Star from Star Wars, because in Star Wars, they were like, that's a huge, that's a moon. That's no moon. That's a battle station, right? It's a Star Wars reference. It goes from a moon to the Death Star. But at one time, it was recommended. Yes, it was. Yeah, I was considering calling, like D's nuts, and yeah. So people were split. They were like, oh yeah, you got to do that, and you got to put like all the little nuts. So like every month your nut changes. Your profile picture, D's nuts. I thought that was going to be hilarious. So a lot of people thought it was funny. Some people said, yeah, that's probably not the best idea. So whatever. It's too late now. I thought it would have been funny. Hey, Charlie, how you doing, man? I thought D's nuts would have been hilarious. You're right, little different nuts every month for the channel membership. Lug nuts. Yeah, totally. Oh, man, I love it. What are you going to do? I'm proud to be a nut. Yes. Darlene, have a good one. Thanks for hanging out with us. I appreciate it. I'm proud to be a nut. Yes, I'm trying to figure it out. All right, next question. Where is it? There it is. Next question is to divine and detect. Did I already get that one? Oh, I already got that one. Gobesa Locks, who says, do you think it's rude to ask bigger channels on your niche for a shout out? Yeah, I do. If yes, what other strategy would you recommend? So here's the thing. Let me look at your channel real quick. Let me see what you're doing. You were doing dreadlocks, appreciation, reviews, tips, and entertainment. Okay, so here's the thing when it comes to like shout outs and stuff like that. Hey, G. Michael Jr., if you have a new channel, people have this idea that if I can get mentioned by a larger channel, it's going to help me grow my channel. And the funky nuts, I like that, Pia. And to some degree, that can be true. For example, if you get a shout out from Casey Neistat or Peter McKinnon or PewDiePie or these monster channels, right? And you have a channel that is similar to theirs, to where their audience would appreciate your content, then that could be helpful. Because, let's say Casey Neistat shouts you out. Like, well, I mean, you got to check this channel out. They're one of my favorite YouTube channels. They're up and coming. They're really good. You got to check them out. And if it's something that their audience would enjoy, then they're going to come over, they're going to subscribe, and they're going to watch your videos, hopefully consistently, and they're going to subscribe and become part of your community. But what happens a lot of times is people get shout outs and mentioned some larger channels. People run over and they subscribe. They might watch a video or two, but because that channel isn't like the channel they came from, they really just came over because that channel told them to. They subscribe, they lose interest, so you inflate your subscriber numbers, but you're not really getting more views after that initial surge wears off, right? So trying to use a shout out as a growth strategy generally doesn't work unless your content is really, really, really good, right? Like if your content is incredibly good and you get a shout out from a large channel and it's a similar audience, it can work in your benefit. But just trying to get a shout out from a larger channel for the sake of getting the shout out, that's usually not going to work at all. I can give anybody in here a shout out, right? I mean, I'm just going to pick on somebody here. So if I'm like, hey, Coffee, Tech, and Nuts, if I make a video and I give them a shout out in my video, the majority of my channel members or the majority of my viewers are people trying to grow a YouTube channel. Some people will go over to Coffee and Tech and, oh, I like coffee, I'll go check them out. And they might subscribe, but as a whole, most people are not going to go over there. If they did, they're just going to go peek around, maybe watch a video or two, and then they're going to leave and not really become part of the community because they're not interested, right? Some people will stay, right? So it's not really a good growth strategy. And if you have a larger channel, you have to understand that they get bombarded with people asking for shout outs. I exaggerate. I mean, I'm not going to, if I could show my DMs right now without exposing a bunch of other stuff, I bet I have at least 50 DMs filtered, right? Because Twitter will filter stuff and so on and so forth. Same in Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, any place that filters DMs. Thank God they gave us filters. If I open that up, I've got at least 50 DMs from people asking for a shout out within the past week or two on any given platform, right? We get bombed, and my channel's not even big, right? Right? Like some channels are huge. At my channel size, I get bombarded. I can't even imagine channels, 500,000, million, stuff like that. And it also depends on your community, right? I've got a lot of younger people watching my videos, and that seems to be the thing that they do. If you've got a more mature community, that probably doesn't happen a whole lot. But just bombarded. So asking for a shout out is never the way to do it. If you want to get noticed by a larger channel, here's what you do. First and foremost, your work has to speak for itself. Your videos have to speak for themselves. If your content's not good, what's the point, right? So make your content be as good as possible. Be so good that people can't ignore you. They cannot ignore you, right? Can't. Be so good people cannot ignore you, right? Then become engaged in that community on the larger channel, right? Don't ask for shout outs. Don't be pushy. Don't ask people to look at your videos. Just become part of the community. Get to know people in the community. Hang out in their live streams. Respond to comments. If your content is good, eventually they might see you. They might notice you. They might, wow, because from time to time when people leave comments, from time to time, I'll go in and I'll just look at their channels, I'll just be sitting on the sofa looking at the comments. So somebody will say something that catches my attention. They'll leave a really good comment that catches my attention. I wonder what they're doing on their channel. And sometimes I subscribe to people that way. Sometimes I've actually gotten to know people that way. I'm like, hey, wow, you'd left a comment. I went to watch your videos. I love what you're doing. And you just get to know people that way. So become a member of their community. Don't ask for anything ever. Right. And I know, there might be the thing where it's like, you never know if you don't ask. That is true for certain things, but it doesn't work when it comes to shout outs. It's not going to work the way you think it's going to work unless your content is just the best thing ever. Right. If your content is so fire that people just cannot resist you, even then I wouldn't ask for a shout out, but I would just be so good that you couldn't be ignored. Right. Leave comments. If they got a Facebook group, be active in the Facebook group. If they're in live streams, just be cool, be part of the community, right? Shout outs, it's not a good way to actually grow your channel. So yeah, not only is it rude, you have to understand that if I get 50 a week or 50 every 2 weeks on every platform, channels larger than me, if they've got a younger community like I do, a large viewer base that's younger, they're getting just beyond hammered. So you're not doing anything. All you're doing is being annoying. You're being put into the category of everyone else who's asking them for something, right? And the larger your channel gets, the more people are asking you for stuff. And again, it depends on your community. If you have a more, if your community is mostly adults and they're more mature, you're probably not going to have this. But if you do have a younger community, as your channel grows, everybody just wants, shout me out, do a collab, shout me out, do a collab, let's do a collab, shout me out, shout me out, shout me out. and then you just become noise at that point. So I know that was a long answer, but I just had to work that through as I was doing it. Yeah, it's never a good option. Don't do it. Let your work speak for itself, and become active in their community. And they may or may not notice you. And if they do, they may or may not shout you out. But if your content is absolutely amazing and they do notice you sometime, you might get a shout out. Giorgio.
Welcome to the Nimminati.
Thank you so much. Once this stream is over, I'm going to put a link on the community feed, linking over to the private Facebook group. Make sure you fill out all the things correctly on the Facebook group. You got to link your YouTube channel and all that to make sure that I know who is who. We are doing a Sunday member live streams before this stream, so make sure your notifications are on and all that stuff. So thank you. Hey, Timer Bernard, how you doing, buddy? D has tight Twitter filters. Everything I type into DM myself to filter. I just get, here's the thing. When you do, and again, I think it depends on your audience, the age of your audience and the type of content that you're making. I love being in the educational space, right? So I'm not complaining, but unfortunately, because I am in the education space, everybody wants a tip and a trick. Everybody wants help. Everybody wants a shout out. Everybody wants me to review their channel. Everybody wants to know what the thumbnail. Hey, what do you think of my thumbnail? Everybody wants something, right? And people don't want to go watch the videos. People want individual attention, and you can't do that. And unfortunately, it just floods your DMs, and DMs just get pushed down. And then people are really tricky, and this is where it goes wrong. People are really tricky, and they'll say something to get your attention, so you reply to them. You're right. Like, hey, I watched it. Hey, I'm thinking about buying this light that you mentioned in your video. I got a question about it. Okay, I'll answer that one. Then you answer the question, and then the first thing that comes back is, hey, can you review my channel? You're like, oh man. So then they break through your filter, and then now they get in, right? So it's just Justin Brown knows what I'm talking about. Justin Brown, ladies and gentlemen, in the house. When will there be a Nimmin crypto coin? I'm all in. What are you talking about, man? I know what you're all in for, Justin. We've met behind the dumpster. I know you're in for coins. You don't even need crypto coins. By the way, ladies and gentlemen, if you guys don't know who this fine gentleman is, he does everything I do, plus he does computers, and he does it much better. So everyone in here should be subscribed to Justin Brown Primal Video. And you're pushing on 1 million subscribers too, man. Just amazing. Justin, man, I can't wait to hang out with you again, man. It's been a long time. Hopefully next year. 2022, I hope. Justin will be called Dogecoin for those dodging those DMs. Justin Brown rocks. Absolutely. Okay, on that note, I'm going to wrap this up. I got to call my mom and wish her happy Mother's Day. So happy Mother's Day to all the mothers in the group. Thank you for the super chats. Thank you for the amazing questions. Thank you for those of you who became channel members. Thank you for everyone who gave this a thumbs up. I will catch you guys next Sunday. The usual time, and if you're a channel member, we will do a live stream 2 hours before this live stream starts, 6 p.m. CST, which is Mexico City time. I'll catch you guys next time. Everybody needs to run. See, this is where a shout out works, and like Justin even needs a shout out. Justin should be. If Justin give me a shout out, that works. But playing it in return, Justin and I have similar content, so it actually works here. Where it's like, hey, go check out Justin's channel. He does the same thing that I do, and he actually does it better, and he actually covers more things than I do. So you would definitely get huge amounts of value by going to subscribe to Justin Brown Primal Video. All right. Love you guys. I'll catch you next Sunday. Peace out.